Yo. L&L. L&L. Woo, woo, woo. L&L show. It's hot, 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 taste it hot. I'm ready. L&L. Let's go. L&L show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmations. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Always cheating. Relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in and unwind. Friday night shout out time. Creators grind and shine. Pop up at the pop up. Shop up at the shop up. Get your bomb.com seasons for your potluck. Tropical morning for your royalty. Love and live empire bringing all the heat. Wanna taste that heat? Woo. Try to taste the heat. Woo. Hot sauce, that sweet heat is banging like this beat. Woo. Chocolate burning, love, mild watermelon. Heat. Dynamite's the truth. Have you woo? Favorite nephew, Lenora. She know it's the truth. Adriana. Chris. Everybody love Chris. Love it. It's the love and live show. Love and live show. Love and live. It's the love and live. We be laughing, having fun. Get up, please stay up and live. Get up, please stay up and live. Love and live. Each day as if it was your last. The love and live show. Routine. The love and live show. Yep. This is Love and Live Shots.com. I like this beat. Okay, y'all ready? Let's get it together. This is our time. Yes! Advice about your family and friends, to your husband and your wife. I can tell you about mine and what's been applied. So stay tuned and buckle in for the ride. My past experiences are for your ears to hear. I'll tell you tales from my past year. May do a review on some beauty products. You can catch me on the stream when the grease is popping. And the Miss Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. Okay. The Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. When the road is bumpy and everything is shaky, gotta live and love and show it on the daily. You do your thing and I'll do mine. No judgment here, there's only love on my mind. It's not always right, some things are not easy. We can toss and turn until we make it easy. Keep a smile on your face and encourage one another. We only live one life, so we gotta love each other. Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. Oh yeah, the Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. The lesson we learn won't stop or block us. We're all in the past, so let's get to walking. Live and love each day as your last. It's funny how time can flash. This is your life, so you better live it. If you really want something, work hard and get it. Join me on my journey and watch the show. We'll do it one more time, but by now you should know. Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. Yeah, the Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. Okay. Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. That's right, girl. The Love and Live Show, the true, the real, to tell you how you feel. We out.
All right,
Hey,
here we are.
everybody.
Hello.
We in the building today, everybody.
Everybody in the building.
Everybody, we We in the building, everybody. Hey, hey, everybody. We in the building. Why you don't never join me?
Because I just didn't know what it was. At first I thought it was gonna be short. Then you made it long, and then you.
Because I thought you was gonna jump in. I was giving you time to jump in because apparently you don't know how to just jump in.
And then I thought about it, and then I'm like, well, maybe she almost done, and then.
If I'm asking you to join me,
hey everybody.
That's not how I asked you to join me. You gotta get in there. We in our new place today. Yay! And then when his mother finished unpacking, I'm gonna have Lola. Lola's coming back. So if you don't know who Lola is, you gotta go in our older videos when it was just me, and you will see Lola on the wall.
And what is Lola?
Lola's my painting I did. And now I got to fix her up now that I learned some new stuff about painting. You know what I mean? But Lola's going to be on my wall. I'm so excited. And then I'm going to do all the artwork in the wall. Me and my daughter. She doesn't know about this either. But me and my daughter are going to do all the artwork in our house. Who's your daughter? She is my 17-year-old princess. Yes, we celebrate her birthday.
Happy birthday!
She grows. She gonna be paying some rent, y'all. Yay! No, you just said you was grown.
I'm only 17.
Oh, I thought you said she was grown. Did you say she was grown? I'm so lost, y'all. But we are excited. So welcome to our new home. This is where we'll be.
Her name is Betsy. That's our new home's name.
New home name. She named her Betsy. We did have a dining room where that was going to be our home, but my husband's taking that for his game room. And so, see how the wife and the husband have to compromise?
Yeah. That's what's going on.
And I'm so happy to compromise with my honey bunches of oats. So excited.
Woo!
Okay.
Relationship advice is what we're about today.
Yes, it's relationship advice. Wednesday, you know what we do here on the Love and Live Show?
Yeah.
We got to chat up about relationships.
Yeah.
All right.
I have a question. So if you have a question, an in-person question, can you ask or do you
Yes, you can, but we have to introduce everybody and then you can ask right here.
Okay. Thank you.
You'll be the first question, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. So let's go ahead and introduce because people are ready for relationship advice today.
All right. We're going to start from the top.
Top to the bottom to the top.
We got, I don't know how to say his name, but we're going to welcome him in. We got 𝒮𝒾𝒶𝓁𝓈s.
𝒮𝒾𝒶𝓁𝓈s, welcome in.
Say hello, Love and Live Show. Welcome in, welcome in.
Yay, we got a new person in the family. Welcome into the family. We love you.
Yep. And you know what? We got a kind person.
Our sweet lady from France.
Sweetheart is here. Sweetheart.
We love you.
How you doing? It's our favorite cookie critter.
Oh, yeah.
But without the critter part this time, we have
Oreo.
Oreo's in here saying hello.
That's
Love
my
and
girl,
Oreo. Okay. We got my mother bringing out the government.
Oh,
we got
Shavante Scott.
She's
Also known as Mother Earth Consultant. Also known as Carmelo. Also known as Mom, Mommy, Auntie.
We got her in the building.
Yes.
And guess what?
What?
She said, welcome, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We got Oreo saying hello to everyone.
Yes.
All right.
Welcome in.
We got your husband in here.
We got my honey bunches of oats.
Bubba 007 Hall. Bubba's in here. He said, good afternoon, Ellen.
Yes,
all right,
he's right here.
In the chat.
I just had to beat him earlier, but he's right here, just ready to be beaten, loved, and he's just so happy.
I mean, I really hope you're ready to bring this carpet out, though. I think that's what you got to do.
I got it.
Bring
Hurry up, Eli. Make sure it's neat.
This is the new
no
spot.
Wrinkles.
We didn't have this one here. We have
Prince
Daniel. Oh, Prince Daniel
is in the building.
All right, stepping in with royalty. He said, hey, Lenore.
Hey.
What's going on, Prince Daniel?
How you doing?
Oreo said, what's going on?
Nothing much, just showing much love.
All right, Oreo came through with the happy birthday wishes.
Happy birthday, Ivy, from
Shavante
Oreo.
Scott, a.k.a. my mother.
Shavante said happy birthday, Ivy.
She said, y'all are a little bit blurry. Well, it says the Wi-Fi on one bar.
Okay, so we were supposed to get Wi-Fi on Monday. So then I got this T-Mobile Wi-Fi that they said, ooh, it's going to be the bomb. And, yeah.
It's a
Sorry.
blur bomb. Yeah. Vaseline on the screen.
Yeah.
All right, we got somebody in here.
Okay.
It's a crazy, happy, Jesus-loving family.
My Jesus-loving family.
We've got
Life After Logan!
We got to praise God. Let's get up to the teacher lesson. Yo, praise God.
Yeah.
We got the Logans in here saying, hey, fam.
Hey, family.
What's going on?
I miss you guys so much.
What's going
I miss
on?
all y'all. I haven't been able to get online for two weeks. Do you know how horrible that is?
Oreo said there must be a slight delay, maybe because of that Wi-Fi dropped, but we should be back. We should be good. It says that we're not on the one bar no more, so hopefully that's.
Yeah, we got Wi-Fi and then we got StreamYard Wi-Fi.
Yeah, so you got to connect to StreamYard,
So maybe he has to get his feel. We just turned on the Wi-Fi. Like I just picked up the internet thing today and put it in today. So it ain't even been an hour on.
Prince Daniel, he wished Avi a happy birthday.
Prince Daniel, she said thank you.
Oreo.
She eats some wild goose steak. Y'all don't know nothing about no wild goose.
Wow.
Did I say his name right?
Wagyu?
Yeah, thank you. Because he lies over here making fun of me.
Wagyu. All right, Oreo saying okay to that.
Okay.
You know who we have to welcome in here?
Who?
It's the one and only. Shirt on, shirt off. We've got
the Jay
Jordan. Jay Jordan in here.
Yeah.
He said, how you doing, Loving Liz Show? I like to share you out.
Oh, thank you so much.
We appreciate the love, Jay Jordan.
Yes. And I didn't get to see him rest. Bo, I'm missing out. 2 weeks ago, our internet sucks, you guys. Let me just say. And my phone, T-Mobile wanted me to upgrade my phone so bad they won't let me use YouTube.
So you just struggling.
I can get on TikTok. I can get it on Instagram. I can't get on YouTube. That's they tripping. They like she using YouTube all the time. She'll never use other channels.
We're gonna have to throttle this real quick,
Yeah.
Let's show her what an upgrade looks like.
So when I was in there getting the internet, I was like this. Upgrade. But yeah.
So here we drop back to the one bar. But anyway, it's relationship advice.
Yes, it is.
Feel free to ask any questions, relationship related questions that you may have. And we will try our best to give our opinion.
You remind me of when Mom talked about you like a dog.
All right.
That was hilarious.
Yeah,
so, Avi, what is your question? Avi had a question first, you guys. Go ahead.
My question is, if you've been with someone for multiple years, and they tell you they're not going to marry you, what do you do about that?
So she said, you've been with somebody for multiple years,
and they won't marry you.
And they won't marry you. What do you do about that?
Yeah. Well, my mom, she let us know. She said, y'all looking better now. I'm on my computer. And that's why my government name is in here.
Oh, okay.
So I feel like if you with somebody for multiple years and they say that they're not gonna marry you, I think that just comes down to what do you want out of the relationship? Because I don't feel like there's really.
Well, if somebody don't want to marry you, I say go. Mm-hmm. Run as fast as you can and get away, because the longer you stay with that person,
I feel like it's just wasted time.
The longer you stay with that person, you're wasting your time from meeting the right person for who is meant for you. That's somebody who wants to cherish you and marry you. Mm-hmm. I don't think, for me, and I'm not saying I'm always correct on this. This is, again, Queen Lenore's opinion. I don't feel like I would be with anybody for a long time. Period. Unless I'm just dating and I don't really care. But I'm not going to settle down with somebody and be boyfriend and girlfriend for 15 years. I'm just not doing that.
That long-term dragged out.
You can't. Everybody that's ever proposed to me, and I've been married twice, been proposed 3 or 4 times. it never took in over a year to get proposed to. Like, you need to know right away if you want to be with me, because if not, then there's too many people out there that I need to share my presence and love to, that's going to honor and respect that. And you're not honoring and respecting that if you don't feel like you ever want to marry me.
Yeah.
Then I'm not the one for you. And I'm not mad at you. I'm just not the one for you because you don't ever want to marry me. And you're not the one for me. I feel like you should know, like, after of us dating, after about 6, 8 months, you should already know that you want to marry me. You should be buying a ring to propose. Like, you should be ready. I was so like, Chris knew he had to marry me that we didn't even have a ring. We was outside in the rain. Our friends just left, and he proposed to me outside in the rain. Period. And he knew that I was the one. So, like, I'm not waiting. I don't even know why you wait. The only reason I can say you wait is you're not of age.
Mm-hmm.
But you should be almost ready to propose the moment. Doesn't mean we get married right away. I just feel like people who wait a long time, they don't have to, because you already gave up everything.
Mm-hmm.
You had sex, you had all that. So then there was no reason to.
I especially understand that, because it's like, especially the way people do now, it's like they are practically married without the title.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey,
if
you are feeling like, oh, okay, I still want to get to know this person more, whatever the question may be, you may want to still marry them, but get a feel for everything or something like that.
Yeah.
I could somewhat understand that, but don't start stepping and doing the husband or the wife role.
I'm not doing it, and I know in the Bible it says he that findeth a good wife, so you should already be wife material, but that means I'm not doing wife material. You just see the potential of, this is a wife, and I only need her to do that for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what Chris gets from me, no other man's going to get from me, period. You know what I mean? So he gets something that nobody else get. And what I get from Chris, no other woman's going to get. So that's how we should be. But I wasn't playing house. Now I'm going to tell you, when we went to premarital class, Chris used to walk home from work, and I would have the bath water ran and dinner. And I remember go to premarital class, and she said, don't start something you won't do for the rest of your life. So of course, I stopped.
Okay, on that note, we're gonna welcome somebody in. All right, we've got
Steve Gilmore.
Steve Gilmore's in here. Hey, Steve Gilmore. Hey, Steve Gilmore.
There you go.
He said, "What up, family? Loving this show.
Yeah.
Good to see you again."
Uh-huh.
I already said good afternoon to Oreo.
What's
Show,
up,
let everybody in here.
Yes.
What's going on, Steve? It's nice seeing you in here.
Yes.
Steve Gilmore.
Steve Gilmore.
Oh, you already know the vibes, but Oreo said, "Oh, not the rain." Oh wow, that's love. And then brother, he said, "Yup, in the rain."
Yeah, and it's so funny because Chris has always told me from the beginning, y'all. This is why it's hard for me to believe Chris, but Chris told me from the beginning. From the beginning, he said, "I am not the romantic type." That's what he said. I am not romantic. And I took him at his word. Mm-hmm. He is not romantic. That was a lie and a half. He done proposed to me in the rain. That was romantic. And then, when it was our private time, especially after we got married, he would always have candles and everything set and all that. And my butt still listening to, I am not romantic. Look, got candles on there. Look. So, yeah, no.
We're going to welcome somebody in here.
Who we going to welcome in?
You already know who it is. From Cali, they rolling deep right now.
Yeah.
We've got
Sleazy.
Sleazy in the building.
Yeah.
Sleazy saying love and live.
Yeah, Sleazy, I got to go get me some ice cream so I can get that yeast shake going on today. We had some snow today. Again, and we in March. Well, it's February now. We're in March. They say, ha. I wonder if it's going to snow every beginning of the month. I don't know. But anyway, it's snowing.
Yeah, it is.
It ain't snowing no more. But it's snowing. But some yeast shake just look like that'd be something good. Huh?
Steve kind of piggybacked off of what you said. He said, why buy the cow when you can get the milk free?
Exactly. And you ain't getting no milk over here. You gonna see the wifey in me, but you ain't getting none of the benefits of the wifey until you say, what? I do. You can put the ring on my finger. You can do all that, but you ain't getting nothing until you hear I do. Better ask Chris if you don't
Oreo
believe
said,
me.
"Thank you for the cow." Saleezy said, "Propose in the rain."
Mhm.
I gotta steal that from Team Bubba. Oreo said, "No, not in the rain, but maybe a rainbow."
It wasn't raining. I remember it clearly.
Saleezy said, "Yes, I'm gonna have this Yee Shake this weekend."
That's what I'm talking about.
Yee Shake. Oh, and Oreo said, "Saleezy, did you get your Yee Shake?" That was a response.
Because we gotta get the Yee
Oreo
Shake.
said, "Yes, a Yee Shake."
That's what I'm talking about.
All right.
Okay, go ahead.
So I feel like that was a good first question.
That was a good question. Good job, Bobby, on the question.
Sleeve said, "Yee Shake for
Good
the
job on the
weekend."
question.
Thank you.
Don't want to be turned up at work, Oreo.
Yeah.
Not even a cake and cream. Okay.
Just letting you know.
You have a question?
No, go ahead.
I feel like I do have a question. What is something that is just like I don't know, what's something that's just like a instant turn off in a relationship? Like you just be like, "Oh my goodness," and just be like, "No. It's done, completely done." Do you have something? Do you feel like there's anything that could just take you to be like, no way?
I'm gonna say, I gotta really think about that. Was a good question. A turn off.
Yeah, like just like something that just be like, "Oh no," like people always
I have
probably
a problem
think like
if a man
cheating or
don't help
something
me
like
out.
that.
Like my turn on is my turn off at the same time. So my turn on is if you're helping around the house, you're doing stuff, you relaxing me and all that. That's the turn on. But at the same time, you could be doing nothing, and then I'm doing everything, and it irritates me because I probably don't notice it right away. But when I do, it irritates me.
You feel like it's already built up to a point.
By the time I realize it, and then it's like I don't even want to be bothered with you, and I will leave you alone. Like, peace. Like, I didn't do this marriage by myself. Okay, and I really kind of like a man to be in a man's position. Like, that's my goal. Like,
Oreo acting up in here. Oreo said, "You can't have cookies without the cream."
Exactly. But yeah, I want a man that is going to be the man. Like, I'm dependent on you. Like, I want to be the woman that I'm supposed to be for you, and I want you to be the man that you are supposed to be for me.
Okay, I feel you. Oreo said, "Not having any manners." Ooh. Do you feel like that's something for you too?
I don't know, because I haven't dealt with that. I don't even know what that feels like.
Do you feel like you would even step into that relationship if the
manners? Oh no, we wouldn't even date.
Okay.
Because my thing is, if you're rude or disrespectful, I don't want to date you. I don't want you to be showing all your power up and all that up in the place, and we trying to go out on on a date. We trying to do this, and I'm embarrassed.
Yeah.
I want to be like, this is my man. Like, not like, oh God, this is my man. Why is he acting like this? And then have to say sorry for his action. Sorry for that.
You don't want to be one of them?
No. I want to see a man be able to, because we always see women do this. But I want to see a man be able to turn a bad situation into a positive. Like, somebody coming at him rude, instead of him coming back rude, he's like, the way his presence is, it calms it down. You know what I mean? That's sexy. There's a rude person come up, hey, you better watch out. And man, hey, it's not even necessary. I apologize. How you doing today? And then the whole dynamic just changed. Ooh, that's a turn on. You know what that means?
Do you really? This is what. Okay, let's talk relationship advice right now. What is up with you having? You don't have to go to the next level. You can just say what you say, and then you don't have to like. What is up with this? The part 2. We can stick with part 1. We don't have to put part 2 in the mix. All right.
No, because the reason I put in part 2 is because I don't think people know the dynamics of what relationship is. And back in the day, you had that smoothness, that characteristic of a man in your life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people don't even have examples of what a good man is anymore.
No, absolutely.
Or an example of what a good woman is. So I feel like when you see something and we're talking about it, I feel like we should be really open up and honest about it, so people can be like, this is what I'm looking for.
Well, I mean, I guess I can't.
And there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
can't get at you too much today
Okay.
because the title is "Let's Be Open About This." All right, you was real open about that, so
That's all I'm saying.
I was gonna have to put you in timeout, but in
Mhm.
lieu of that, I'm gonna wind it down a little bit. Oyo said just disrespectful, no help. I agree with that. She
Mhm.
not feeling that.
Mhm.
My mom said she agreed with the
Mhm.
queen, and Oyo said I agree with that too. Sleazy said I prefer to date someone like more submissive.
Mhm.
You have to give a person something to submit to.
That's exactly.
Is what Sleazy said.
But in a relationship, even if you don't have somebody to submit to, if you start submitting to them, that might make them rise to the occasion to be the person that you submit to.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because what makes me mad is people get in this relationship and they're saying, yes, I'll be your girlfriend, or I'll be your boyfriend, or I'll be whatever. And then they never show this dynamic. And then you see it in somebody else. And then you put all this on that person
on his weight
that you never put on them before.
Mm-hmm.
So if you accepted them as the bum, or you accept them as being weak, or you accept them as being that, then you can't look at somebody else and say that's what it was. Now you probably have to start over.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna just tell you, I learned this Sunday in church. And this is for married people. I learned this Sunday in church. If your husband or your wife is sorry, weak, or any of that, then you sorry, weak, in every of that.
Yeah.
So you guys are as one.
Yeah,
and see, we don't never put that
a lot though,
but nobody ever pays attention.
Like that,
nobody. Yeah, like even we was watching church this morning. This pastor said, if your husband's a cheater, then you a cheater. But I didn't do anything. You're as one.
Mm-hmm.
You can't say, I didn't do it, but my body was in there. My legs was in there, but my body wasn't in there. Mm-hmm. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So, you got to be careful, like who you marrying, who you want to date.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I think a lot of women spend a lot of time wasting time dating people for a long time that ain't going to get married. That's, to me, it's a waste of time. Mm-hmm. Like, I never had them. And I thought about it. Like, I thought I waited a long time with my first husband, but I didn't. And my second husband didn't. I got proposed to when I was younger. That was quick. Like, I'm just that type of woman that you can't date for a long time. Mm-hmm. And it's not something I bring up all the time. I mean, Chris is right here. And my ex is somewhere around the world. But none of them could tell you that I've never put pressure on them to marry me. Mm-hmm. I don't even think, I just knew I was going to get married. But it's either going to be to you or somebody else. Those were options, But I was never going to date anybody for a long, long time. I'm spending 2 or 3 years dating you. No, I could do that in high school. Mm-hmm. Because I wasn't legally able to get married. You know what I mean? But as a grown woman, please. You meet me, you got to propose quickly, or Lenore will move on. And the thing about it is, Lenore didn't have to say, I'm moving on. She just be like, peace. She didn't hold on. She don't stay with nobody for a long time. That's a waste of time. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, well, Steve was saying, you want a man's man. You want a man who's going to take the lead.
Yes. And it makes it easy to submit under him. And submit doesn't mean he tells me what to do. Mm-hmm. And yes, master. Yes. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that is not submission. That is not submission at all. You don't say, yes, master, to the red light when you driving. You don't say, yes, master, when you at work and you working and you submitting under to those people either. You still have an opinion. You still have a mindset. Mm-hmm. So people got the submission as you got to, yes, your honesty. And you hopping on one leg like Coming to America. No, that's not submission. That's called being done. But we're not
submissive, but don't take no foolishness.
Yeah, submission is I'm gonna let you lead. I got you. I'm there. But understand, okay, let me explain my point of view. This and this. But my thing is, women, and I could talk to women on this only, because I don't know how men are, but women, we've been through a lot of stuff. So we try not to go through it again. Once we've been hurt, we try not to go through it again. So my thing is, but when we get with our man, we want to take control and do everything. No, let him fall. Let him bump his head. Let him get hurt. just like you let your children do, so they can learn. Oh, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do differently. But if I'm sitting up here stopping you in every way to tell you no, I can say, honey, don't do that. And I've told Chris, don't do that. And Chris has done it anyway. And I just look at him. And then I have to go back and pick up the pieces because he does. But then that made him learn. And he's like, okay, I don't want to, because see, Queen Lenore over here, I'm gonna figure it out.
She wanna double down and stuff.
Yeah, because I'm just look, and I tell that once I realize you ain't paying me no attention, go ahead, do your thing, and I'll watch you. When the electricity go off, I'm gonna go like this. Wow, we ain't got no lights. And I'm gonna just let him like this. Because he needs to learn how to do that so it won't happen again. Sometimes people have to go through a hardship to understand not to do the thing wrong again.
Mm-hmm. My mom, she said, I've experienced one person with good manners, and I wasn't even with him. A lot of people don't have manners anymore.
It's not being taught anymore. That was the main reason when we had the Red Carpet Kids. Okay,
you talking like people to know.
Okay, anyway, when I had the kid group, and I say it all the time, so yes, I do expect them to know. But one time when we gathered, that was one of the things that I wanted to raise them to do is understand manners. I wanted all the girls understand. A man, let the man open the door for you. You don't stop trying to be in a man's role. Stick to being in a woman's role. And you can say however you want to say, but my thing is, it's something about it's something about when you see somebody open the door for a woman. How many times you get women to applaud you for opening the door for me?
I don't know.
Well, I know. The recent one and it's probably been like a year ago. The recent one we saw a year is at Fred Meyer's. It scared me. The lady was like, "Oh my God, that is so beautiful." It scared me because I don't know who she was talking to. Mm-hmm. But she was like, I never see men open doors for women no more. And I was like, oh yeah, that's a thing that we got to do. And like what my boys have grown up to realize is women don't let them open the door for them. So they just stop opening the door. So now when they get to me and I'm sitting at the door, oh, sorry, mama, sorry. Oops, sorry, mom. Because the women don't allow that because for some reason, they act like that's a helpless thing. And it's not a helpless thing. It actually takes strength to sit there and say, I'm not getting in this car until you open the door for me. That takes strength within. It's not a helpless situation. Everybody in the world know how to open the door. Dang, a 2-year-old know how to open the door. But it's a respect thing. Like, this man is going to respect me to open the door. He's going to honor me. Besides the click, click, and the beep, beep to open the door, he's going to walk around the car and open the door. It's that respect. And women don't allow that. And I remember when they first started doing it, and we was in this group, and I'm telling you, the women was like, just get in out. And I was like, excuse me, I'm teaching the manners to open the door. Oh. And that just tells you how much people do not respect it. When they go, oh, that's what you did. Like, we never had that before. And then when they start opening the door, even men start opening the door for them. Because they were like, oh yeah, like manners just now click back in. But a lot of reasons there's not any manners or respect is because we don't hold anybody to manners or respect. We go, I can do it myself. Like we don't know that. Like I always said, I wanted a man to provide. I wanted to be a housewife. I knew how to take care of myself. I paid my own rent before. I paid my own car notes. I know how to do all that. But I wanted my husband to do it.
All right, we're going to welcome some people in here. We've got...
Who we got?
House
of X
Entertainment. All right, one more time. That's House of X Entertainment. We stay entertaining. Hey, always stay entertaining. Always stay entertaining. We got House of X saying you in the hot tub.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
And my side right here hurt. That's you. My side right here still hurts. That hot tub you put me in ain't working. I need you to go and get maintenance.
Oh, wow. Then we go ahead and welcome somebody else in here. We've got
Real Rock TV.
Throw him on the television. He said, love is love, family. Blessings to all.
Yes,
Real Rock, thank you for coming through. We appreciate the love.
Yes,
all right.
We do. Yes,
appreciate it. She be cooking and crafting.
Ooh, yeah.
All right. It is Tampa Barbecue Queen. She said, hey, fam.
Hey, fam.
What's going on?
Yes.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay,
Look how
everybody in the club.
I was like, "Hey, now you pay the bills."
I tell you, you gotta pay the bills. You know. You can ask Chris. He right here. Like, ask him. He'll tell you what type of female I was. You know. That was just me. And a lot of people, especially his mother, would call me high maintenance. But it wasn't I was high maintenance, but I am high maintenance. But it wasn't I was high maintenance, it's just I had standards. But everybody in the world's high maintenance, so I don't ever take an offense. Everybody has something that they have to have a certain way.
In this area, you gotta have
and that's high maintenance. But I knew me. Chris over here lying. Chris over here lying.
Oh man.
Let me take that PlayStation 5 away. I bet you he'll show you how look. High maintenance, okay? He don't want the PlayStation 1. You want the PlayStation 1?
Huh?
Oh, exactly.
Oh man.
You sound like Scooby-Doo.
Oh, you acting up. But
yeah, you got to think about that. I so agree. Manners and respect is so important.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you want to have that for one another. You need to respect the person that you with. You know, and they need to respect you. You need to respect your partner, your business partners, your friends, your family, and you set the standards of how somebody treats you.
Yeah.
And that's the thing about it is, if somebody's disrespecting you and dogging you and all that, it's because that's what you allow. Nobody can do anything to you that you don't allow. I mean, they can talk about you behind your back and do all that stuff, but in your face, there's a presence that you stand. But if you stand and say, I'm weak, I'm worthless and all that, that's how people gonna treat you. So you gotta set the standard, and don't worry about somebody saying if you high maintenance or what's another popular word I hear female. Oh, you're a gold digger. Then you don't want me. If you look at me and consider me a gold digger, and I'm not even gold digging, then you didn't want me anyway, and it doesn't hurt my feelings. I am who I am. You know what I mean? I hate when women be like, well, I don't want him to feel like I'm a gold digger.
Mm-hmm.
Because you want something? Because you need something? This is the same man that want you to lay up and spread your legs, okay? And you feel, no. Out of respect. Like that. One thing my old pastor said before he moved out of state, I think he went to North Carolina. He said you could tell if a man loves you and wants to be with you because he will spend money on you. Like he will do for you if he truly loves you. You know what I mean? And and my friend told me that when I was younger. I already had that in my head. Like if you love me, you gon' I mean, I'm not asking you to like, oh, you gotta take me to 5-star restaurants, or you could take me to a little corner shop and we have the best cinnamon rolls there is. We could go on a picnic. I'm not looking for that. I'm not asking you to buy me no shoes and all that. I mean, but there's some women that do. That don't make them a gold digger either. But I mean, to each his own. A gold digger, that's all they want you for is your money. They don't want you for you. They don't care about your personality. And they ain't trying to make sure you okay. You know what I mean? So you can tell the difference. But people want to say anytime a woman wants something or you did something for a woman, then she's a gold digger. That's not true. Okay.
Sleazy in here saying, see, queen, go keep it real. You're going to keep it real. We got to welcome somebody in here.
Yes.
All right. We've got Sandra Clark, a.k.a. Boomers. We got to check out that crumble cookie review.
We got internet today, so we can do that.
We got the internet on here. All right. She said, hey, sisters, strawberry from Panda. How you doing, Sandra? Thank you for coming through.
Yes, Sandra. We're going to be watching. We got internet. We were supposed to have it on Monday, but they didn't come. So they talking about they ain't coming until Friday, so I had to go get some internet real quick. So, whew, girl.
Now, I got a question.
Okay.
I was talking about, is there anything that's kind of like a turn off, a deal breaker for you? Do you feel like there's anything that's just like nasty or gross that you just couldn't deal with in a relationship? Like, oh, you do that. That's just, something that just kind of disgusts you.
I don't think I've had anything like that.
Anything like that? Do you feel like that could be a factor if you was in a relationship?
I've seen in somebody else's relationship where I'm like, oh my God, he's slobbering when he's talking. He would never be able to kiss me.
Oh, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
like okay, no, what is it, Chris?
You don't know anything as a turn off?
Like what?
Sweat on you?
Oh, I hate sweat on me. Oh, yes. No, don't sweat on me. I don't want your salty sweat on me at all.
So
Like, no, don't do it. Better have a towel with you, something. Don't. Mm-mm.
So no sweat. So if someone were to be in a relationship with you and they continue to have the sweat come
They need to
down,
wipe it off.
if the sweat did not wipe off,
Oh no, we wouldn't have
it
been
would be
together.
broke.
She won't even kiss me if I'm sweating. She will not kiss me. She's like, go get a towel.
So do you feel like, you know?
Thank you for that remembrance. He don't sweat no more, so I forgot. You know, he don't do it. I don't see it no more, so I forgot. Yeah.
So that's just not something for you. Just the sweat is just like, just nastiness.
You can't even get a hug.
Okay. All right.
And I don't like. And this is for everybody around the world. I hate when somebody blows their nose, including myself.
Oh my goodness,
including myself.
She be on some actual foolishness. Go to the bathroom with that. She be right next to the bathroom. Oh my god! What do you tell me go to the bathroom and then you still can't hear? Like, what's going on?
Go outside down the street.
She be having too much.
It does something.
There's a lot of things that you don't like.
But I don't really have to worry about that with dates or being, in a relationship.
So
like
if you was on the first date and then
I would tell.
On the dinner table.
Oh.
At the dinner table, they take the little handkerchief or the thing.
And so that's disrespecting that it has no manners. And I will get up.
What did they say? Excuse me, I have to blow my nose.
And I'll be like, can you do that somewhere else?
I
would tell them, it bothers me. Can you please do that somewhere else? And if they don't do it, I will rise and leave.
Go in peace.
Go in peace. I will. I'll call cab and go. But I'm not. I get on the bus because we got a good bus system. But I get on the bus or I'll call me a cab. I'm out of
there.
You're
not getting on the bus. You call cab before you get on the bus.
When we were dating, I would have got on a bus.
Oh man.
Now I'm older. No, I wouldn't. But I'm saying when we were dating, I was 25 years old, turning 26. I would have got on the bus. But nope. I do not like that sound. It's the most disgusting sound in the world. And I don't know why people think it's some cute sound that somebody wants to hear. Take your butt in the rain. Even when I do it, I go in the bathroom and I'm trying to plug my ears while I'm trying to blow my nose. It's an ordeal for me.
Funny.
But no, don't do. I think that's like very disrespectful. I really do. I think it's the most high, because that's something is about to come and you could do it. Like somebody farting or pooting and all that stuff, that I can understand you doing right there. I want you to walk away with that too, because I really don't want to smell it. But
if it slipped up,
that's a bottle of punching that you don't even halfway know it's coming out. And even if you got up, it's probably coming out while you're getting up, so you don't really have control. But blowing your nose, oh no, you have control of that.
You can see.
You could get the tissue right here and walk to the bathroom and get to blowing. But
the temperature is
rising.
Yeah.
So
it's
just
right
go
outside and blow your nose.
Yes, thank you.
My mom, she said, I knew we were friends for a reason. I don't like sweat either.
Yeah.
And Sleazy saying, no, that's no manners. Making Queen blood boy, exactly.
Yeah,
she over here on the temperature. I seen her turning green. I'm like, you gonna be in the new Avengers movie? What's going on?
Yeah, I did not like it. I don't like, and I hate when people do it as a joke. Because I'm like, that's just disrespectful. It's not funny to me. It's not like, oh, hey, you're trying to be funny. No, that's just disrespect. Like, because if I vomit, you're not going to want to clean it up.
Yeah.
And my thing is, if you make me vomit, you get to clean it. Those are the rules.
What if somebody threw up on the first date?
Well, I'd be wondering if they're all right. That doesn't end our relationship.
Okay. I'm just
blowing the nose.
I'm just trying to see, like, where's something that's just so gross that you wouldn't, like an action. Say you was on the first date and they did it, and you'd be like, I never want to see this person again.
A little bit more. I'll do it. Don't worry about it.
I never want to see this person again.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, I can't, like, if they vomit, that means something's wrong with them.
Yeah.
They're going through something. But you blowing your nose, your nose. Like, I don't like to vomit. I have vomited and I won't clean up my own vomit. And I get mad if somebody don't clean it.
Yes, she does.
Yeah.
You get mad at somebody?
Yes.
Yeah, because I can't clean it, so that means it's just sitting there. Like there was one time when me and Chris, we probably were married 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, one of them years. It was probably within the first 5 years.
You can't clean up.
I
your
can't. Oh
bodily
no,
Her own.
no, I
What,
can't.
so okay.
What if it's mine?
No.
Clean up my vomit?
No.
Who would have to clean it up? Because
What
You
if,
let
it
me
was,
do it.
what if it was on you?
You have to clean it.
I take off my clothes and jump in the shower,
okay.
and somebody got to pick it up. I can't do it because all it's gonna do is make me re-vomit. So then it's never gonna get. It's never gonna
cycle.
Yeah, so it's stupid to keep going through it. You know.
What if it's a baby? The baby's okay or what? When the baby spits up?
Yeah, it's just milk.
Yeah, okay.
It's just milk.
not all babies. Like if they're eating,
What if they started eating?
that vomit is nasty.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't
Like
dealt with
the
that.
carrots and peas, you know. Like,
I haven't had to deal with that.
yeah, okay.
Thank you,
You're
Jesus.
fortunate.
Thank you, Jesus. I have not had to deal with baby vomit. I mean, toddler vomit. Baby vomit, yeah, it's just milk. I don't care.
Mother Earth said Queen is a trip. We're going to welcome somebody in. As they're reeling in, we've got MLW Fisherman. MLW, how you doing?
Yes.
MLW in here saying, hello, everyone. What's going on?
And that's your
MLW
mama sitting there
Fisherman.
talking about it. She know dang well me and my mama's the same thing. And when my sister, we went to the summer with my sister vomited all over the place. Shavante was the one cleaning up. We was like this. All of us. They did. Janae gonna have to clean up her.
Sleazy said, throw up? Wait,
Yeah.
why can't you hold food down? I'm questioning on the first day.
Yeah, my thing is you might be sick and you don't want to cancel because you don't want that person to think one way or another.
Yeah.
Just because you're eating a steak doesn't mean you have to be outside the camera.
Well,
So
you
bring
know,
it right here.
It was just looking very
But bring it
appealing,
right here.
You know?
I don't like it. It's too bougie.
My daughter says too bougie. But yeah, so no, I think something wrong with him because sometimes, like I remember Chris had asked me out on a date, and this is I was really crazy, y'all. So that's why I told Chris he can't really try to divorce me now because I'm kind of more mild than what I was when we were dating. But we were dating, and I remember he said we're gonna go out, and I said okay. And there was a big old church revival or something, and I was all into it, going and joining. And I left church early, drove home, got ready for this date, and Chris gonna call me probably an hour 40 minutes, an hour before our date, and say this: I don't feel good, so we're gonna have to cancel this date. Well, you know Queen Lenore, she wasn't having that. I was on that phone and I said, oh, if you're not here, so it must not have been an hour because I told him to be here in 30 minutes. If you're not here in 30 minutes, don't ever call me. Don't look up my phone number. Don't talk to me. Don't tell my dad to say nothing to me. It's over. Don't worry about me no more. You got 30 minutes to get here. And I hung up that phone. Chris found a way. He came like 5 minutes late. Knocked on the door. I opened the door, said, you late, and went in my room and sat in my room with Shavante probably for, I don't even know, an hour. I was hot. He was 5 minutes late and I was hot. Because I left church early and you going to tell me now? And he's talking about because I don't feel good. So that's why I say sometimes I can understand. So if he would have vomited or, had an accident, well, that would have been on me. You know what I mean? Because So that's what I said. It really depends on the female.
You understand in a certain situation.
Yeah, so I just let him know, no, we ain't doing that. That we not doing. You ain't gonna give me a date and then I done left church early to go on and you gonna tell me you sick.
So he said team bubble with the face palm. So he said Queen don't play.
Mm-hmm. I was and when Chris met me, I was done with men, period. Like I was like, I'm not dating. I mean, I'll date and do all, but I'm not gonna be in no relationship. So that was just another course to say, let go. That's when I'd be like, I know God sent him to me because I was done. Like, all these men out here, please. I'm not wasting my time with you. And you don't even want to take me out on a date. Like, you don't want to take me out on a date.
You just sound very offended right there.
I did. I was like, you don't want to take me.
What's going on with
I
you?
don't care about no other people in the world. You don't want to take
me
me out on a date? Yeah, we got a problem. And so that's why I say you hold your standards to who you are. Like,
Yeah.
you know, whatever you like and deal with. Don't worry about what the world says. That if you want a particular thing, you need to stand strong on that. But how are you gonna stand strong if you never wrote down what you wanted from your mate?
Yeah. That's true.
Like, that's my thing is I'm writing down like, okay, this is what I want. This is what. So when it's time to get proposed to, because you know, Queen over here ain't waiting for the 2, 3, 10, 12, 15, 30 years to get married.
You're not feeling that one?
I'm not doing that. I mean, Eli gets mad because I said if Chris die or we break up for any reason, I'm gonna be a cougar. I'm messing around with a 19, 20-year-old.
And you think that just sounds very terrible what you just said.
But it's okay when a man
19 territory? It's not okay when a man does
but they do it.
Men
do it all over the world. And
I would hope you hold yourself to a different standard.
The reason I'm
doing
the 1920 is because none of them ready to settle down. And by that time, I just don't want to settle down. Okay. You know what I mean? I've been with Chris all these years.
You never know what could happen to a 19 or 20-year-old. And then all of a sudden you got up strong and oh, I'm going to go. You know that is.
But I'm honest from the beginning.
See, so can't you just be honest with somebody your age? What's going on?
I've seen them in my age.
What's going on? Oh,
I've seen them in my age.
She's acting up.
I've seen them. All the people that be dating them in my age, I be like this. Not for me.
Oh, what?
Not for me. Mm-mm.
What?
Because the men my age be trying to act 18 and 19. At least the 18, 19, 20-year-olds, they be trying to act older. The men my age be trying to act like that. I don't do that. What you mean you don't do that? You was brought up doing that. What you mean you don't do that? What you mean you don't open the door? What you mean you don't call? I don't even call. When I date, I ain't calling you. Unless I say I'm going to call you right back. It's the only time you get a phone call. Best believe I am not calling to go, hey, how you doing? No. I'm calling back and I'm going to go, hey, I'm calling you back. Oh, I'm going to call you back. Okay. And you'll never have to worry about me. I had so many men get mad at me about that. I don't care. Mm-hmm. They took my tape, wanted me to call them. Where's my tape? You didn't call and remind me. I didn't call and remind you to ask you to borrow either. Okay, I've been ranting. Go ahead. It's Chris over here laughing. Eli over here just grubbing.
That's because Eliza is crazy in here acting up.
Yes, she is.
See, Eli is 18 and he act like 11 or 12.
Ain't that the truth?
All right. Sandra said, okay, y'all, I'm heading out, sisters and strawberry.
Okay.
Panic. Hubby is taking her for a drive. It's a beautiful day.
That's what I'm talking about. Go and enjoy
Sandra,
yourself. Yes. Thank you for stopping by. Tell husband we said hey. That's what I'm talking about.
You have a good time, Sandra. You have a good time. Sleazy in here saying, yeah, that 20-year-old hit the lotto. I'm going to be ready to settle down. My mom, she said, these men out here are a hot mess.
Exactly. And I ain't dealing with none of that.
We got to welcome somebody in here. We got GJ34. GJ3, how you doing today?
Welcome in, GJ34.
All right, we got somebody that we love to travel with.
Love to travel.
Hey, love to travel. We love to travel away. Love to travel away. Love to travel away. She said, happy Women's Day, ladies.
Yeah, happy Women's Day. Today's Women's Day, yay. I knew it was Women's Month. I didn't know today was the day.
All right now.
Yes, we should be doing something special for Queen and Avi.
Love to travel says good afternoon.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, yeah. I'm getting a massage. This is good.
All right now. All right. So, Sleazy actually came through with a really good question early.
Okay.
And I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Sleazy said, should a STD test be mandatory before first interaction? Can't trust nobody these days.
You know what? I would. Before somebody gonna enter
the sanctuary.
The sanctuary.
The sanctuary.
Before they go to the rose garden, they gonna have to get tested. Do you know that it seems like everybody got some kind of disease now? I ain't got time for that. I'm living my life disease free. Like you might have to test every time we go to the garden.
I'm like, what is going on with you? You over here every time we
go to.
You had a too long of a pause.
No, because my thing is, it's crazy out here, and everybody's doing everybody, and nobody's scared of any diseases. See, back in my day, I love saying that. Back in my day, we were scared of diseases, so we didn't matter. Matter of fact, before you got married, you got tested. You know what I mean? So I just don't feel like you should just jump in there not getting tested.
Let her try to say, who massaging you?
My husband. And I wasn't saying brag. I just didn't want y'all thinking I just had any man coming over here massaging me.
Let her try to go to the garden.
Yeah, you know.
My mom, she said, "Are you eating that steak?"
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say,
thank you, Ollie.
Especially the way people move now more than ever. I think that is something you should do. The test. Because you see these people out here, they just be doing anything. Like, it's extreme, and then now you got the polygamy, now everybody done did this, and all it takes is one person. And, I don't think people truly understand. All it takes is one person. All of a sudden, you got this life-altering issue.
Now stop kissing every dang body. I'm telling y'all this right now. In my head, it's all jacked up, and I'm all right with it. I am, but you gotta understand, when you kissing and you're passing saliva back and forth, that's somebody spitting in your mouth back and forth, and then you think about where their mouth might have been on somebody before they got with you. So now you got their stuff in your mouth.
You gotta take it to this level.
Yes, because I don't think people do that. That's how they did us in the health class, sex education class in school. If that person has sex with you, having sex with everybody that person had, and everybody that person. So you had sex with one person, and you probably don't have sex with 50 people from not one person. Think about that in your mouth. Y'all, that's worse than the blowing the nose, and y'all just be kissing everybody. Oh, the first kiss, yes. And how many salivas do you have in your mouth? How many body stuff do you have in your mouth?
Not the bodily fluids. You're gonna have to.
I'm just saying, look, like, be real and think about that stuff. And y'all never test them out. If down there got herpes and syphilis and warts, what might be in their mouth that they're giving you in your mouth? And then you can't pinpoint who gave it to you because you had how many kisses you've given.
So he said you can't be in everybody's face.
All I'm saying, be real about it, y'all. Especially y'all single people out there. Be careful.
GJ3, he said time would tell on itself for all that to them. For time would tell for all of that when it comes to the STD test. Now I don't know about that one, GJ3 because certain people, you never know what may go on. They might have something life altering, or they could have just messed up and went with the wrong one. And some people, they don't even know they got something going on. They just like, I maybe have a rash. I might have this. They don't know how severe it could be. And, you got a lot of people that first time they got an issue, they go on Google. So you might misdiagnose yourself trying to, manifest that you ain't got this big problem that you got going on, and all of a sudden it get passed around. So I don't know about all that one. But
be careful. I mean, really be careful, because I don't want to have to be praying that this disease can be taken away from you and all this. Just be careful, because we put stuff in our mouth, we put stuff here, and then we get mad when we see a human kissing a dog when their mouth is probably way cleaner than our mouth, because they just sniffing each other's booties and eating what's on the ground and all that, where y'all over here don't know what interaction they had with somebody else over there. No kind of interaction. Don't know how they are. You don't know nothing. You done kissed them.
All right, GJ3, he said he got on me. He said time would tell on himself. It would tell on that though, but so don't rush right into it.
Yeah.
What he said at the end. Yeah. He wanted me to catch that part.
Yeah. Be careful.
And Sleezy's like, GJ, this is just a question. Don't apply. Don't apply to me. But yeah, no, that part is important.
You know, be
Don't rush
careful.
into it. Yeah, don't rush into it.
And I say, especially like, okay, this is my thing, and we've had this conversation on here too. So I'm gonna give it from a man's point of view and a woman's point of view. Okay, men, just think about it. Men pee and they don't wipe, so that's in your mouth. Women, they clean it too hard and not taking care of their pH balance down there, and so they took away everything that's supposed to be there, and they had no protection because they wanted to smell like roses. And so now that what used to protect is now you got critters all over your face. And that's not even like a disease. That's just regular critter stuff, not like something you can go to the doctor and get. You might get a rash around your mouth because she done took away stuff that was protecting her area to keep it what it is. So those are things that go on people's mouth that people don't think about. And then how many times have they been going in people's mouth before they got to your mouth?
Sleaze just said, "Go get the test together." All right.
I don't want to hear none
of Oreo was getting at you earlier. You said back in my day. She put a hashtag back in my day.
Exactly.
Yeah, my mom, she said that's why I don't like kissing.
Mm-mm.
And yeah, GJ3, he's hit me with the reminder. He said, don't forget the last part too. Don't rush into it.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Sleazy said, be straight off balance. Be straight off balance. Oh man.
Because we don't think about that stuff, and that's like,
I think it all comes down to education, though. You know,
They don't
like
really
a
teach
lot of
that in
people
sex
don't.
ed.
They don't really know, and so you got some people who are giving you the right information with some false. Some people just giving you straight false information or what they do and say it as facts. So you have all this he said, she said type of stuff, all this hearsay, and you can be messing yourself up and not even know.
Exactly.
You know, so I think that is something that you got to think about. But yeah, definitely just get the test. Definitely make it a day. Go get the test together. Sleep.
That's not just sleep. That's everybody. Even if your mate has cheated, make sure everybody get tested, because it only takes one mistake. It really does only take one mistake, and things can happen. You only have to go all the way with somebody and make a mistake can happen.
Sleazy said people are so distracted and they don't take care of their body.
Exactly.
Just going around spreading stuff.
Happily. You get a disease. You get a disease.
I think it's so accepted now. You know, like it's not accepted, but it is so.
They're not
prevalent.
afraid of it anymore. They don't
it's
care.
So prevalent now.
They're like, anyway, if I get it, everybody got it already, so I don't care. Back in our days, you got it. We didn't even want to touch it.
I think that's the thing.
You got gonorrhea. Ooh, no, stay over there.
It's so highlighted now. You know, like especially if you. The way the culture is now, they got dating culture and stuff like that. They'll meet up on that dating app, Tinder, or something like that. So they ready for the action. So they're ready to pretty much risk it all at this point. It's not something
for one night.
Yeah, it's not something that really matters.
And do you understand it be one night and it don't even be that good? Like you done wasted that one night and you done got this disease and it ain't even that good. You done got this mouth issue. And it wasn't even worth it. You know what I mean?
That's cold.
It's true.
That's cold.
And I remember trying to be, celibate, or is it celibate or is it what's the other word? It's celibacy and
I don't know what you're trying to say.
If I just said celibacy, what's another word besides celibacy? It's dang it, I have to call my mama.
I don't know what you're trying to say. I don't know.
It's another word. It's celibacy and I'm calling my mama because you got.
I mean, you could, with the power of Google, find out.
We have two different meanings. One is celibacy is what is celibacy?
Abstinence.
Abstinence. Okay, no, never mind, Mom. I figured out the word. Abstinence. Okay, thank you. Love you. Right. So it's celibacy and abstinence, and one means I'm holding off because I don't have any prospects of being with anybody sexually. So that's one. And I don't know if that's celibacy or abstinence. And then the other one is I'm not having sex, period, until either I get married or whatever the goal is. If I'm away 6 months, 8 months, it's one of those things. So when by the time I got with Chris, I was being, I'm gonna say abstinence, because I think celibacy is, the one where I don't have nobody to have sex with, so I'm celibate.
Well, voluntary celibacy is when you want to be, you know.
So abstinence is the one that's
Yeah, well, they're both kind of the same.
one means
abstinence is like I'm abstaining. I'm not like
I'm abstaining from sex
Mhm.
until I'm married. I'm abstaining from sex. But one is like, oh, I don't have anybody. I'm not gonna sleep around with everybody, but I'm not,
Well, that's what celibacy is like. I mean, you have voluntarily, and then involuntarily.
Okay, well,
celibate.
involuntary. Let me split that one. No, really.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not.
No, involuntary is when you just not getting no action.
Yeah.
No, like it's not within your control. Voluntarily is when you're saying I'm going to abstain. I'm not going to, pursue.
Yeah, that's what one's supposed to be, and the other one ain't.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. I don't know which is which.
Well, so what was your goal? Is what I'm saying. You was not going to. You had the ability, but you wasn't going to. Is what you were saying, right? Okay.
I was so busy on the word. I forgot. I'm not even gonna lie.
Get into it.
It'll hit me back up.
Love to travel said, my cure is celibacy from the foolishness.
Yeah.
Sleep said, except with all these commercials.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real. I mean, they really do kind of normal. Not even just the commercials. I think it's just the way people are so open. And then you got a lot of people who are very vocal about these things, which is good for, helping people in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
But it also kind of makes it a little bit lighter than what it actually is. It tones down the severity of what's going on. Like, you get this is life altering. You might have to do some type of procedure for the rest of your life, or take this medication or do that. And people don't understand that. But then, people will be like, oh, it's fine. All I have to do is take this medication.
Yeah.
And so it kind of, lightens up the load. Yeah, it kind of lightens up the load, makes it not sound as bad.
Yeah, but back in my day, we were scared of diseases. We didn't want it.
Yeah,
we didn't want no disease. We wasn't trying.
You gotta welcome somebody in.
We wasn't even gonna touch you. Matter of fact, we didn't want you sitting on a couch, and you definitely wasn't sitting on our toilet, especially if we had crabs. Crabs, you couldn't even come to our bathroom and use, because the crabs can sit there and wait, and then I get crabs and I didn't even have sex. So who wants that? You know what I mean?
You're not feeling that situation.
No, I don't want no crabs and be itching down there and stuff like that.
Bring the bleach every time you use the bathroom.
Yeah, so we was very.
You gotta go outside. No,
like, you talking about, can I use your bathroom? Like, you can't find one outside. Go just pee outside. And people look at it crazy. You might have those critters with you.
Oh man, we're gonna welcome somebody in here.
Okay.
All right, we've got Dawn Hood. Dawn Hood. All right, Dawn Hood. She came through with the abstinence.
Yes.
Try to answer your question. Let her travel said it as well. GJ34. He said, "Yeah, I agree. Unfortunately, today, especially if one or both of you have been, kind of wild, so to say, and then in case it would be to get a test, and just make sure that both of you are safe before you take it to the next level of your relationship."
But people don't do that. They don't even know the test.
Nah, he meant to say kind, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like it's such a second thought for a lot of people nowadays. But I don't understand how you could just be moving like that. Because, I mean, even if I feel like you got a remote amount of mileage on you, I'm not really feeling that. Like, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to need some type of documentation.
All right, back in my day. I done said this like 29. Back in my day, it didn't look good for girls to be sleeping around like that. It didn't look good, and it wasn't saying they didn't. They had names, and everybody called them names. Everybody called them names. So back in my day, we did. Nowadays, people are prostituting, and they be like, "That's my girl," and they proud. Yeah, my girl out there, she prostituting. Yeah, she hoeing. So that's always sticks in my head. Like you can't get these. My stuff is very special. It's a rare jewel that you would never find. And that's what my mom raised me, and that's how I try to raise my kids. It's a rare jewel. If I gave you a black rare diamond, would you give it away? No, you're gonna hold on to that for the rest of your life. So why are you not holding on to your area for the rest of life? And I say the same for men. Stop giving it up so easy. Even back in the day, I was saying it when I was younger. Like, why you want to give it up to have yourself ruined and taking medicine or doing whatever for the rest of your life? That's stupid. But men think with their third leg instead of their brain.
Well, we're gonna have to welcome somebody in on that note. We gotta welcome in. She be on her own journey. She munching, crunching, and we finna introduce her. We got Liz B. Journey. Liz B. rolling deep. What's going on, Liz? How you doing? She said, "Love and live." What's going on, Liz? What's going on? We also got to welcome somebody in. You love saying this name. We've got Stay.
Yes.
She said, "Hello, Love and Live show in chat."
Love that name.
What's going on? Love the travel. She came through with the meanings here.
Celibate. Thank you.
It's an adjective abstaining from marriage and sexual relations, typically for religious reasons. An example would be a celibate priest.
Okay, so celibacy is
But she also came through with abstinence.
Yeah.
So the fact it's a noun. The fact or practice of restraining oneself from indulging in something. Typically, in this example, alcohol. I started drinking again after 6 months of abstinence.
Oh, okay.
So they both kind of fit in either way you wanted to do it. Sleazy said, "Mind you, crabs didn't just appear. There were many signs before that. She do need to use the bathroom outside."
That's what I'm talking about. You got crabs, oh baby, you need to go outside.
Oh man.
Yeah, because I heard, I don't know, but I heard cases where people went into, the restroom and they sat down and the crowd came and visited their home and they didn't even have sex. They just went to the public bathroom. And
that puts things in perspective when it comes to public restrooms, though, because I think that is.
And that little paper don't stop no crabs. I'm telling y'all. So you be like, that's why I put that paper down. No, baby, you better squat and hope them crabs don't know how to jump.
Bring you a nice little bottle of something and just give you some bleach or something. You gotta you gotta take the janitor role.
Sometimes you gotta use the bathroom too bad. It'd be like, oh, like this. You about to pee. You try to clean the toilet.
I wouldn't even think about something like that, but that is pretty terrible.
And I heard it little.
Exactly. Remote amount of mileage. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Sleazy said, "Precious jewel, a star in the night."
Exactly.
All right.
And when women get worn out, they stuff little.
Oreo said, "No way, critters." Oh man.
I'm telling you. What GJ say?
GJ3, she said, "Abstinence is when you didn't drink or you didn't do the nasty at all." That's just examples.
Yeah, it's the same thing. They're just telling you the old people that just hold out for a little bit.
Oreo came and said, "Back in my day." What the heck? Back in my day. We just acting up off that. She can't get enough of the back of my day. Yeah.
Just be careful because dating is already hard, and I have a problem because people don't know the difference from dating and being in a relationship. They feel like if we date and we in a relationship, no, we date and getting to know each other. When we say we only seeing each other, that's what we're doing.
That's your sister. Is she in school?
It snowed today.
We have teachers playing there. We over here having sidebar conversations in front of y'all.
Okay, so how you feel about this one? We saying let's be open about this.
Let's be open.
All right, so I feel like it is a trend for the open relationship kind of thing to be in play. All right, so let's say, all right, we're talking an open relationship. Both parties are not agreeing on the open relationship. So it is still a breakup. You know, we're not gonna be able to really compromise on this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want open, you want open. We're not doing this.
Mm-hmm.
But then what if this person now wants to get back with you? Or you want to get back with this person?
Mm-hmm.
You feel like there's any room for that to happen again, or is it just no?
If I wasn't good enough for you for the first time, I ain't gonna be good enough for you the second time. I done grew and got mature now, so no. And we didn't grow together on this. And you lost your maturity back then. How do I trust you ain't gonna lose it again?
Okay. GJ3, he said it was just a breakdown. All right. Stay says dating equals we're just friends.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Stay said it. Mm-hmm.
So you're not feeling that. Somebody says something like that with the relationship. Do you feel like that's multiple things, or is it just?
To me, if you want to add somebody in, that means I'm not good enough for you. Mm-hmm. So let's really break that down.
Yeah.
If you adding somebody else into the relationship, that means I'm not good enough. Chris talking about, ooh, I'm going to add the third person in there. That apparently means I wasn't good enough for you. And since I'm not good enough for you, you don't deserve this. Mm-hmm. And that means the moment you decided this, you lost all this goodness.
Yeah.
Now, regardless if nobody else think I'm not that goodness, I feel I'm that goodness. You lost that.
Yeah.
Now, me putting on it, I'll put on some different wigs. I will even, hook myself up to look like somebody else, do some role play.
Before you step into that lane?
No, I ain't never stepping into lane. I mean, just don't ever bring it up. I'm just saying I'll do some role plays and stuff like that. If that's not good enough for you, then that tells me I'm not good enough for you. And I'm like, and my thing is, that's okay. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Now, my feelings is going to get hurt. I'm not going to act like it don't get hurt. And I might cry and
puff and puff.
All that. But
normal emotion.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, Queen Lenore is still Queen Lenore. She is who she is. So I might be crying and hurt, and you thinking I'm going to take a med because I'm crying and snot. The reason I'm crying and snot, I'm trying to release all that person out of not just emotion. I'm releasing you away from me. Oh. So if Chris came up telling me I want to add somebody in there, well, we got 20-something years, so I'm gonna be crying and huffing and puffing. But all that crying I'm doing is I'm releasing Chris away from me. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm finally done from crying and moaning, Lord Jesus, why? Because that's what I'm gonna do. Then I release him. He can't come back in because I done released him. A lot of people try to stop themselves from crying. So that's why they don't release that person. And so that person is always able to come in and out of their relationship because they didn't release them because they didn't want to cry. I'm tired of crying. My head hurts. I'm tired and it's not. Cry. Mm-hmm. Cry, yell, get mad, scream, holler, cry, release. Because once you release that person, they go. And no, they can't open their door. They ain't got the key. And you can't even break in. This is like a secure lock.
Okay. It's just,
you can get a bomb and put it in there. You are not breaking it.
There's no way to break through this.
Yeah.
No way.
Mm-hmm. If you don't cry, it's easy to get back in. They have a key. They just got to find the key. So they got all these master keys on this key chain, and they got to find which key open the door.
Stay said it would be hard to trust their intentions on round two. Mm-hmm. And GJ3, he said, and how you going to love each other right if you can't trust each other right, too?
I'm talking about DJ.
You coming through with the facts, all right?
DJ, that's what I'm talking about.
Stay said, cry and bust the windows out the car and move on. Oh, snap, Stay. Don't mess with the wrong one. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm going to ask this question.
Stay said, we the wrong ones, huh? I'm talking about the wrong ones.
We're gonna piggyback off that one. At least I got this question. Mm-hmm. So, say you had somebody who came in with an open relationship, or just some foolishness, they cheated or anything like that, and you are now third party. What they did with their past person is null and void. Mm-hmm. But now you're dating this person. I want to be in a relationship with this person. You don't know none of their past, their background. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like they should let you know these things when you are getting to know them or anything like that?
That they were in a relationship?
Yeah, like maybe that they've cheated or anything like that. Do you feel like that's something that you should consider or think about, like a question you should ask? Because nobody wants to just answer that question. But
I asked every question I could. Okay. I work Chris out on questions, and then I asked every day the same question. because I want to know who you are.
Okay.
My thing is, if you was a cheater, doesn't mean you always a cheater. You made a mistake. I mean, I cheated once when I was younger and realized that's not a thing for me because I can't remember nobody's name.
That's terrible.
So I was messing my own self up.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, I could just date, and then they ain't called cheating. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I made this mistake trying to say I'm with both of y'all when I could have just been dating.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's wrong to ask the questions, but understand if you don't ask the questions, that person might not give you what you
the answer.
Yeah. So why would I tell you something that's negative about me if you ain't even trying to research and find out?
Okay. So let's play it like this. All right. So you didn't ask this question. And then all of a sudden you find out maybe through friends or even that ex or anything like that, and they bring this to you. Oh, this person has a past being a cheater, or this person is manipulative, whatever. Just something negative, something very negative that kind of shift the energy of the relationship. Do you take that for what it is? How do you process that?
I'm gonna be honest with myself and y'all right now. I would be mad. Why didn't you tell me? Even though I didn't ask you, why didn't you tell me?
Yeah.
Why you hiding stuff from me? That's my personal thing that I would have to work on for myself. But in all honesty, you didn't ask, so you don't deserve to know. If I wasn't worthy of you asking these questions of, it is what it is.
Okay.
I ask questions all the time. I'm nosy, just nosy. Y'all sit down with me long enough and I feel comfortable around you. The moment I feel comfortable, I'm asking 50 questions. I don't care if it's stupid. Like I'm asking.
Yeah.
You know, Eli he could go outside for 5 seconds. Come back, what was you doing outside? I was just looking at, what was you looking at? What's outside? He went over here. I'm asking 50 questions.
I'm gonna
ask questions.
Every day it's 21 questions. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, because I want to know, and I'm not gonna know if I don't ask, because he's not freely giving me the question, the answers. You know what I mean? Chris, I'll just be like, I'm about to stab him, because I'll be like, so what was you doing? Watching TV. What was you watching? I watching TV. What's up? Because I'm nosy. Why? Why you nosy? Well, you know, that should have been something you asked me when we were dating. We married now. You don't get those rights anymore.
Oh,
so,
not the rights.
You know, you don't get the rights to ask me why I'm nosy. I'm nosy.
She revoking rights out here.
Hello?
Oh, wow. Team Bubba. Okay.
Yeah, Team Bubba all you want. All y'all gonna be asked 50 questions. That's what it is. Like, literally, I tell you guys that on here, I'm nosy. I tell y'all that. So if I'm doing something nosy, you can't be like, why you being nosy? I done told you. Without you asking me, I done told you I'm nosy. You know what I mean? So I respect somebody who can just up and tell you their flaws. But a lot of times, if you ain't asking, people ain't want. There's nobody, including yourself, who wants to just talk about all the negative things you've done. You kind of want to leave that alone. Like, you don't even want to reminisce on it. Like, that's something that you don't want to do. So my thing is, if you want to know something, you better ask every question, regardless if you like the outcome or not. Ask the questions. If you don't ask, you don't get told. If I don't ask, that means I never thought about it. So
GJ3, he said, don't go stepping onto any thin ice for yourself. You hear me?
Yeah.
All right. And then GJ3 also said, some things may look good, but you had better know just what a nacho is too.
Yeah.
It's something that's nacho. All right. Yeah. GJ3 said the Oreo. Yeah. Don't mess with that. That's nacho piece. Okay.
Yeah. And sometimes people forget. And I hate when people say, you know, how do they forget it? Easily. You know, I forget things. There's things that come up in my mind now after 20-some years with Chris that I didn't think about, that he never asked me and I never told him because I don't think about it.
Yeah. And
then when I do see it, my mind goes to something else and it never comes up again. So if he doesn't ask the questions, he won't know, because literally you can forget about stuff. I don't know how many times I've ran into an ex-boyfriend that told me they was my ex and I don't remember them. And they tell me details like, oh yeah, you lived on this street, and your mama did this, and y'all had a hot tub, and I was like, dang, you know too much about me.
They know
we was together, like, you know,
I would like to be a part of your biography. Oh my
So
god.
you know, my mind really goes blank. So it's not like I'm trying to hide anything. If you don't ask, you just don't know. Ask me, and I might be sitting there thinking, did that happen? Like you go, have you ever messed with a married man? Did I?
Oh
I don't
wow.
know it. Because I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I have messed with a married man, but I didn't know he was married.
Okay.
It doesn't happen. It was only like a 2 days. We went on 2 days, and he told me I said something, and it slipped out his mouth, and I was like, "Oh, can you pull over? I can take him. No, I don't want to be seen no more with you. Can you pull over?" And I got on that number 6 and got home.
No, stay. I'm not good at pulling teeth. If I ask one question, just tell me everything in that topic.
I'm sorry, Stace.
With you revoking rights, House of X said it's time to go to court.
Yeah.
Is you in the courtroom?
But one thing I can say about me is I'm an investigator naturally. Like, I don't know why I never went into the line of being an investigator, because I am nosy and I could pick things apart by myself. It don't mean nothing be happening. So Eli drank the water this way today, and I normally see him drink the water the other way. So something had to happen that the water was drunk that way. And when we was in the car, he was looking out the window.
Yeah, she's actually really good detective.
I'll do all that and come up with the whole scenario.
And then, this is what really kills me. This is actually so true. She should really be an investigator, because she'll start stepping in and sidestepping with the question. So I don't want to be intrusive, like what? I don't want to be up in your business. And then she started asking the question. The people would be like, "Well, da da da," and all of a sudden she pieced up the whole situation. I'm like, okay, this is a little too smooth right here.
There's things right now. My middle son keeps telling me there's no, but I have pieced the whole situation together that I know is true. And in about 4 or 5 years, he's gonna slip up, and we're gonna be talking, and I'm not even gonna think about this thing, and he's gonna tell me everything, and it's gonna be everything I said it was. I know it is, because I don't put it together. I done put all the little pieces, and it wasn't like a 10-piece puzzle. This is like 1,000, 4,000 piece puzzle that I done put together. And I know in about 4 years, he gonna slip up, because everybody else that's around him right now will be gone. So he ain't gonna be thinking. He's just gonna be talking, and I'm gonna know. And I'm like, I knew it. I already know.
So you said people not just gonna volunteer information.
No, they're not. And sometimes I'm not gonna say all the time.
Sometimes
you just don't remember. Like literally, when I was sitting up here talking, I was like, I did date a married man. I went on 2 dates with a married man.
Yeah.
But I didn't know he was married. But I went on 2 dates with a married man. And I remember it clearly now, because I remember talking to my grandmother that passed away, the one that I really didn't kick it with. I remember her saying, women should respect women enough not to mess with a married man. If they're married, I don't care. The moment that man tell you married, let him go. We used to have an honor code once between, and she was giving me the whole analogy, and I was like, yeah. I said, because I just walked out the car. I said, she said, well, he could have took you home. I said, I didn't want nobody seeing me with no married man, thinking that's what I do. I didn't want that to be a part of my reputation. And it only takes something to mess up one. And then somebody will blow it out of, not knowing the whole situation. They blow it out of proportion. And then now Queen Lenore is known for messing with married men. So I got out the car right then and got on the number 6 and got the bus home. Mom, grandma, that's what I did. She said, well, at least you left him alone. I said, yeah. And if I would have had that woman's number, I would have said, your man out here dating. He dating and it ain't with you.
GJ3 say, yeah, you got to pay attention. Be watchful.
I am very, I'm very, like, and Elijah fights me all the time. Like, he's insightful. Elijah is nowhere near insightful. You are nowhere near insightful, and Elijah will fight me on my investigation.
I really want to understand more. Like, I'm the type of person, if you have, well, especially with people I'm close to, it just is funny, especially with Queen Lenore. Just let's debate about this topic. Let's have this back and forth, because you could be right, but then you also might not be. Let me play both hands here.
And what I say, I'm right.
I mean, she ends up right.
I'm right all the time. He'd be like, how you know, Auntie? I said, because, and I tell him, I put all the pieces in. well, he said this over here, and then you told me he said this over here. Then Chris told me over here, and then I said over here, and then I put these puzzles together, and then I remember back the day he was saying such and such, and then remember when we was at the park,
and then that's what I'm saying. She can't be remembering like the basic stuff that she needed.
I can't tell you what I had on yesterday.
Stuff. But when it comes to this, she be. You know how they be having a post-it board for the investigation? No, it's in her mind. Well, yeah, I remember about 5 years ago, he said this, and he didn't say it in this way. He said it in this tone, and it was like this, and you really could understand. He was telling the truth in that moment. So I'm going to take this back, cycle back 5 years later, and that really does fall in line with this. And
he like, no, auntie, no, it ain't because such and such said, no, that is not, I don't know what you remember.
Exactly. She be getting into this like it's a whole.
That's how I found my first husband cheating.
So
That's how I found my first husband cheating.
Oh, Queen Nosy knows. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did talk to like what? Know what's under your bed? Like what?
I noticed. It's so funny is I notice everything without even trying to look for everything. You know what I mean? Like I could go in your house and I notice everything. I walk around like, oh, this is nice. Sit down, have a conversation. You could say, oh, did you see the little elephant in my bathroom? And I'll be like, no, there was an elephant. Where? But let some drama go down. You know what? Over there, next to that little elephant that I forgot that I didn't see in the bathroom, there was a little trinket with the hairpin. Wasn't that girl's hairpin that she had? It was in her hair. Remember an inch and it fell, and then it must have fell in the bathroom. She put it right there. You remember that? But why was it in there? And how did it fall? Because all she did was use the bathroom. But didn't you see Joe go in there? They being sneaky up in there. And Eli be like, no, Joe wasn't in there because Joe wasn't. No, because there was a time when Joe was missing. Because remember when Sarah said, Joe, where you at? And Joe didn't respond. And then about a minute or two later, he came out of somewhere and we didn't know where it was. That'd be me. Yeah, but no, because Joe, because he defended Joe. He can't defend Joe no more. And I'd be like, no, because this is what happened. Because when Joe came out, remember, he had a couple of buttons unbuttoned. And she was like, what you doing without that button? He said, I didn't hear that. That was because they was in the kitchen. Y'all was watching the such and such over here. And then I was over there looking like, ooh, with the Joe with the buttons because something didn't look right. And then when I went to the bathroom and I saw a pin and I was like, and I was paying attention. And then that's enough.
The whole thing. I'm like, damn, what is going on there?
Sarah be calling me, girl. Joe was cheating on me with so I knew it. I didn't tell it all. Then I go to like, I told you I was.
Yeah, no, she loved doing that one.
Cause he always fight me, Chris. He be like, yeah, okay, that was good. Remember, like when I found out about whatchamacallit? I can't say her name, but we lived on Proud.
I can't say it.
And she was cheating.
Yep.
And I put it together extra fast. Me and my best friend before she passed away, we put that sucker together, and we had the whole scenario how they started dating and everything. We the whole story. So yeah, don't be having stuff go around with Queen Lenore around because she paying attention to everything. Now ask Queen Lenore what she had on yesterday. Couldn't tell. What wig did you wear yesterday?
DJ3 said the ones who don't tell you stuff, you gotta watch. Put your watch on.
I ask questions.
DJ3 said don't be nosy, but you gotta do. But you do gotta be old school.
I think you do need to be, especially if you're dating. You need to be nosy because you need to know is this somebody you quality want to be with? How they learn from their lesson? This is something going on over there.
That's what it sounds like.
Huh?
So that's what it sounds like.
We all nervous.
No, there's no nerve.
It's a nerve. It's out in the kitchen. It was all me in there making all that noise.
I already knew.
We done paused everything. Whole life shut down.
I was trying to fall asleep. I can't fall asleep.
My God, you know something wrong when we went from a kitchen this big to we got this big kitchen and everybody wants to stay in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Ain't nobody cooking and then we just sitting there. I be sitting like watching TV from the kitchen. Look at my little 17-year-old.
I know.
You get so stuck in the mentality, like this is the kitchen right here.
Yeah,
You
we
just
can be in, we can move.
Yeah.
All of us, all four of us can fit in the kitchen at the same time and still have room. Ooh,
So
praise
he
the
said
Lord.
back before y'all was all about to run together. They're like, what's going on? Like this was a movie. Or
Y'all
something.
been lied by yourselves, and we would have been gone. You saw police coming in here.
Oh man, GJ3, he said like these trolls on YouTube today. Watch them to learn from them, and you're just gonna be enjoying your day while you do it too.
That's what I do. That's how I learned a lot because I didn't know nothing when I started YouTube. Like literally, I tried to get what I didn't understand what they were trying to tell me. So I was watching and watching. That's what I think it took me so long to get for us to get monetized because I didn't know what to do. And Eli wasn't helping me. You know, well, you're supposed to do blue, 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 and stay consistent, stay consistent, stay consistent. Like, okay, I got that, but what else am I supposed to do? That's exactly all. And I was just sitting there, so I had to watch and learn because when you ask questions, people didn't. When I was starting, people didn't want to tell you how they got to where they are. They say stupid stuff like,
but they may want to tell you, but it's like they couldn't word it right to you.
No, they didn't want to tell me.
They was withholding information for.
Oh. Yeah, because I'd be like, well, I'm trying to figure out how to do it. Well, you just gotta work it.
Yeah,
well, I don't know how to work it, and then they stop talking to me. So that's why I have that. I'm gonna call it PTSD. When I go to channels and they don't acknowledge me, I leave.
Oh, okay.
If I'm typing and they don't acknowledge me, I leave. I don't have time. I'm not gonna sit there. And that's because I'm like, you're not gonna ignore me. But I got ignored because I was asking questions because I really didn't know what to do. And then I found when I was in Texas, I got to really get deep. And
you have
then,
more time to really.
Yeah, and then Healthy G Mom called me. And she said, do this. She was just giving me information after information. Healthy G Mom was just flowing with it. It was so much, and I only had my phone because my niece broke this computer. So I was trying to do everything the Healthy G Mom was saying on my phone, and you know, I couldn't get a pattern going, you know. And so when I got back to Portland is when I started doing a lot of stuff. And then Healthy G-Mom and House of X tagged. So Healthy G-Mom tagged House of X, and then House of X filled me up with a lot of information. So I was like, okay. And then they would make sure I do. Turn your phone around. Let me see such and such. See right there, such and such. And then you do such and such. No, do the such and such over there. And that's why the Healthy G-Mom and House of X will always have my heart because they came full blown to tell me what I need to do step by step. Healthy G-Mom started me, and House of X was on it, like, and they were pushing me too. But the one thing they can say is when they told me to do something, it didn't take me a long time. They were like, do such and such. And then when you get to it, it's already done. Oh, okay, now go to the next level and do such and such. I was on it. So, yeah, so if I go to your house and y'all don't acknowledge me, if I ask a question and y'all know, I leave. I leave. Because I think I have issues with people ignoring me because I ask questions. I do.
You got people.
I don't ignore people.
You do. Oh my goodness. Okay, you made even the example of somebody talking to you, you stop listening.
Oh, that ignoring.
That is ignoring. That is ignoring. But it is what people really hate the most is the stuff that they do. I think that is a clear example. You know,
that's a different type of ignoring.
If somebody was to ignore you, like
no, I'm just saying when I'm on, I don't ignore anybody on YouTube.
But in real life, we talking about in real life.
Okay, so
right
let me
now,
tell me why
somebody is talking to you and you.
Let me explain something.
And you drop.
Okay, let me explain something to you. It has started a long time ago. Is I realized people will talk to me constantly. And when I need to talk to them, they change the subject or they ignore what I'm saying. So then there's no more of me giving you my 100%. because you don't give me your 100%. You only want to talk to me about your situation. You never want to hear about my situation. So at this point, I'm realizing you don't really care if I'm listening. You just want somebody to talk to you. So then I have this face that I do that I don't know what it is. They know it. And I just tune you out and I just know to go, yep, okay. And I do that. But that's because that's what you gave me. And once you gave that to me and I know where my place is, I respect my place and go, okay, you just want to talk. You don't really need me to listen. It really is irrelevant that I listen. And the reason I know you don't want me to listen, because you'll end up telling me the same story later on over again. So when I was listening, I'm hearing the same story over and over again. So I do tune out a lot of people. But now, because I think I've gotten older, it now just goes on everybody.
Yeah, no, it's a default. It's what?
It's a default. Like, it resets me. So I do it to everybody now, and I don't know how to stop it. And it's not I do it purposely, because I'm not doing it purposely. It's just I've been doing it so long that now if you talk and you lose me, because like Elijah loses me because just to tell me he's going to the store, it's this big old long circle. And it goes around and around, and it confuses me. And I told him, even when he was younger, I told him, I said, you just talk, and you ain't saying nothing. You just put a whole bunch of big words together, and you ain't saying a dang thing. And you think people listening to you, they just don't know how to respond because you just said all these big words that they now got to look up in the dictionary to find out you absolutely said nothing. So he'll be like, yeah, the dynamic way of the so-and-so scenic route vow over the roller coaster of the sun, that's a bridge, over the roller coaster of the thing, and then I went to the west, and then the sun, and then I turned back around, and oops, I fell over the Kuminikan top, and I said to them, and I don't want to hear that no more, so I just tune you out. Until you speak English, I'm not listening to these big words to tell me you went around the corner to the store and you almost tripped and fell. And that's the simplest thing gotta be. Even like when I say, oh, I need you to add my lyric. Well, I would say differently. I don't want your lingo. I want my lingo. When you edit my book, do my lingo. I don't care less about it. I don't want nobody confused when they read my book because you done made up some words. And they be really legit words, but it be just why? Why are we saying these words? What is the purpose? Like, there's no reason why people got to be like this. I got to read Lenore's book. Hold on. Oh, a rock. Okay. No, why? So that's why Elijah gets it a lot. Because I be like, man. And he does. And y'all hear me. If y'all ever pay attention, when he starts telling the story, y'all ask a question, he tells the story. I be like, they don't know what you said. And then he got to say it again because ain't nobody heard you. We all tuned out. We all like this. Y'all looking at the screen like this, and I'm looking at the screen like this. And the only one, he like, and it's ain't nobody. And then y'all be like, Eli, why? Y'all don't know what he said.
Oh, man. You acted Oh, man. Sleazy said I had to cut off folks for that. Oreo said, I understand that. This is the earlier when people are talking to you just for the benefit. You know, they want to give you their problems, but they don't want to hear yours.
Exactly.
So he said, they call me going on and on about these problems and don't even ask me how my day was.
Sleazy, I'm telling you, I'll be like this. I'll call them and be like, oh, this is such and such and such and such happened to me, and I'm going to, oh yeah. Anyway, so the so and so and so and so and the so and so and the so and so and so and so, and then if I get quiet, they'll be like, so are you gonna do such and such with your idea? Because they knew I'm tuned out, and then I try to talk about that, and they go right back to their situation. So I just learn, and then I just learn not to say anything. Then people like you secretive. No, I just ain't nobody want to hear what I got to say. So then you know who got to hear what I got to say? My mama, my husband, Eli, and Avi. Poor people. And it might be about them.
Trust and believe. Trust and believe.
I need you guys to co-sign each other.
I'm just saying. The facts don't care about the feelings. I'm just saying. All right, Sleazy came in saying, favorite nephew hit you with the English dictionary.
I don't even think it's English, honey. The way he's talking, watch him. Just pay attention when he goes on and he's talking longer than 5 minutes. You don't know what I can ask you what he said, and y'all be like this. Y'all don't.
No, I think he said this, but I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You know, he was going on and
They
on.
be like, I don't know. What happened was I stepped away from the computer real quick. Somebody called me. Y'all start making up all kinds because you like, I don't know what he said exactly because he don't know what he said.
So he said, my thing is, before addressing anything with me, ask how my day was.
Exactly.
I feel you on that. I mean, a lot of people, they really do hit you for your problems, but I mean, at the same time, it is still within your control. Like 𝒮𝓁𝓈s said, she tuned them out, all right? But you can really just, make yourself less accessible to that person. And instead of tuning them out, you just be like, we're not even having this conversation. You can't ask me how my day was. I'm going to say.
But everybody asks me how my day is.
Yeah.
Just to go into it. Like, I don't even have to answer.
Yeah, well, they know what to do to string you along and make you feel
like,
we got some actual conversation going.
Yeah, how are you doing? Are you all right? Are you busy? Oh.
You don't do that.
Yeah, are you feeling okay? Yeah, okay. So anyway,
they know how to get you, though. They know how to get you. They know the trap already. They know
and then I go
what
like
makes
this.
you tick.
Yeah.
They're like, okay, so if I lead in real quick and I don't ask her anything retaining me, and I ask her how she's doing, I make sure she's free, accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Now she has no reason to say she's not accessible for the conversation, unless she just want to be rude and disrespectful like that. So let's have this conversation now. And then go on and on, 20
and
hours
if
later.
I do listen, they hate when I listen.
Oh my goodness. Then
they hate when I listen.
When you get the advice back and stuff like that, and it's not what they want to hear, but they know
and I'm
they
not
need
nice
to do
about the advice, I'm like, I'm gonna give it to you real.
Yeah, you be doing that, and they be like, okay, bye.
Once I came up, I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my goodness, somebody's on the other line. I'll call you right back.
Somebody cooking out there. It smell like it's burning in here.
I gotta use the bathroom.
So he said, because people go through their own stuff, and you call them with the who's to say I want to hear that right now. And I mean, I feel like that's really the biggest thing. Especially if you feel like you in turn like a friend with this person, in the lane of friendship, I would never want a friend to just call me just to hear strictly about themselves.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also how you build the relationship. If you are kind of quiet or, not so spoken, so open to this person, immediately they only look as, I'm going to see this person as the shoulder to cry on, the person, who I'm going to tell about all my life's problems. When, I mean, shoot, we everybody got their own problems at the end of the day.
Yeah,
listen, you coming at me with a whole, 20-page paragraph, almost a whole book of problems. I got about 2,
let's share each other's problems.
Exactly. But
ain't nobody doing all that.
It's not for people. People don't instantly think, you got your own stuff you're going through. They like, my life, I'm the main character. This is what I got going on. And it's easy to get stuck into that, and how to correlate it into this. This is already relationship advice, we giving, but correlating it into relationship, right? How would you feel if your partner kind of started spiraling in this direction? If they started coming to you with the problems, but not really wanting to hear you or see your, see what you're going through. How would you handle that?
Nobody wants to talk to me and actually hear me. Want me to really hear what they're saying. I don't care. Like, if they start spiraling and doing the same thing everybody else, they don't want to hear what I say, because once I hear the conversation, I'm going to tell you my opinion. And usually people don't want to hear what I have to say. So I don't, people leave me alone. They don't really.
No, I'm saying your partner.
My partner.
You would do the same. You would just hit them with the same treatment, or what?
Yeah. If Chris came to me talking and he just about him, and I'm listening, you're gonna get the truth, and you're gonna get a hardcore. I always call it the 8 o'clock service, the 8 a.m. service. You're gonna get the real raw of the conversation from me. And there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That's just what you're gonna get. And but that's what it should be anyway in a relationship where you're giving each other advice. But somewhere in there, like, I always feel like I'm not gonna sit there and focus on making sure you feel good with the conversation. I'm trying to get some changes out of you. If we in a relationship, I want you to grow, just like I need to grow. I need you to grow.
You want that, you want
I don't want you in the same stuck situation. Woe is me. It's always about me and how I feel. And life goes on regardless of how you feel. You got to learn life is not going to sit and be quiet, and you're not going to be comfortable, and it's never going to make you happy. Me just sitting up there babying you in that situation. So I would never baby my partner.
All right, we're going to welcome somebody in here. We've got
George
RB3. Welcome in, George.
Welcome in.
We say hello, much love to y'all. Hope your days are fantastic. Well, I hope your days are fantastic one too, George.
A great day.
All right, now we got George, but my homeboys in the building. We got an OG.
Yeah,
we got
John 17, the OG.
Gameplay and more. We got John 17 in here. He said, tomorrow is... What is tomorrow?
I don't know.
I think
so the game time. Come in and unwind.
What's going on, John? Thank you for coming through.
How you doing, John?
You can check out Game Time, 4:30 Pacific Standard Time tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right, that's what's going on.
We're gonna actually do it on Thursday too.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Thursday. I mean,
last week we had it in Friday, but we were moving, so bear with us.
So yeah, I think that is very important to kind of keep in mind.
Yeah.
If you are going through something in your relationship, yeah, well, I guess when your partner is kind of falling in line with that and the woe is me and all that, you do kind of have to brighten them up, and that is your responsibility.
Yeah, because if my partner's going through that, that means I'm going through it. So I have to deal with that situation.
Yeah.
Whereas
because it's going to strain you regardless, whether you acknowledge it or don't acknowledge it, you still are going to feel the same strain from the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do.
Yeah, it's better to face it and try to acknowledge it and say, oh, what can we do about it?
Yeah.
Rather than just, oh, it's going on in the background. It is what it is. Then it's slowly gonna creep in your life more and more, and then you finally gonna get to a point like you kind of done with this. Like, and it doesn't have to be like that when you can just address it early on. George said, "What up? What's up with you, George?
We in here relationship advice. You got some relationship questions?
Feel free to drop them in the chat.
Tagging them questions down. We tagging them out down.
Yeah,
because we're gonna be open about every situation. He cannot put me on commercial.
All right. Yes. But speaking of not putting her on commercial, we're actually going to be right back. This quick big message from a YouTuber near you.
Remix. Get spices in season from the Amazon store so you can be just like Queen Lenore. Hot sauce and teas and food galore. My flow got all messed up, so like Christmas trees and spruces, the time is up, so we gotta say deuces. Deuces.
All right, yeah. So we are going to be on Blind Guy, His Wife, Their Life channel on Friday. Yeah.
Sleazy, that's 8:15 in the morning our time.
Yeah,
the rest of y'all, Mountain is 9:15, Central is 10:15, and East Coast is 11:15 a.m. Please come and watch and support. They're a great channel. I would tell anybody to watch your channel, as you're going to learn something new. You're going to learn how to build capital, build money, build whatever. And you're going to learn healthy benefits on how to eat right and all that. So please go check out Blind Guy, His Wife, and Their Life.
Come on, Blind Guy, His Wife.
And their life.
All right.
Exactly.
Always Tam came through and she
Welcome in, always Tam.
Always Tam, because what? She's always
Tam.
How you doing? Always Tam. She said,
exactly.
George RB3 said tomorrow is Fishy Dad Jokes, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. All right, 4 p.m. He gave the whole breakdown of the different time zone. Said it's his live. We're all invited. All right, George.
See, I got invited to George's RB.
Come on now, RB3.
RB3. I'm sorry, I missed the 3. Sorry. We gotta go. Yeah, so check out George RB3. Let's show our new family member some love.
Do you have any relationship questions or anything like that?
How do you guys feel? I know we talked about open relationships and all that, but how do you feel about opening your relationship to things that are new that you never really thought of doing in your relationship.
Like
some people
experimenting or
are
what?
experimenting, doing anything. Like you might have never thought, I would never skydive, but your partner wants to skydive and take
Being
pictures
open-minded
and open-minded in every area in your
Every
relationship.
facet.
How do you feel about that? And when I'm saying open in every area, I mean like open to things for married couples only, not adding nobody, but opening to
open within
new
the
things.
relationship.
Yeah, that
open
you might
not like an open relationship.
Yeah. Yeah, going camping that Lenora does not do.
Well, we're gonna have to welcome somebody in.
Oh my girl, I just said I just talked about you too.
Every time I go to the channel, I feel like I made a mistake.
Yeah.
Because the food is just looking so good.
Yeah.
And it be homemade too.
Yeah.
We got Living Life with Tia. Tia, it's nice seeing you in here. She said, hey everyone.
I know
Tia
when I go
over there
she gonna invite me.
She over there in Vegas, right?
Yeah, she
living the good life.
When we go to Vegas, she gonna be like, I'm coming to get y'all to feed y'all. Just like you coming over.
It sounds like a good time.
I'm just gonna tell you what she gonna tell us.
That's what you said. Sleazy, you right there now. Sleazy said down to do anything with my partner.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I can't say that. Like camping, it's a different kind of camping. I'm gonna be in a cabin and y'all camp outside. Okay,
well, I mean, I feel like in general.
Yeah, I can clamp.
I feel like in general, right? It's good to be open-minded. You don't want to be, closed-minded and make make your partner feel like they're not, like, I would want to do this, but they don't want to do it. So now it kind of ruining my experience. And I wouldn't want to do it alone because that just feels off. So and so, so on and so forth, right? Like maybe I want to travel and I want to go to a certain country. But hey, maybe my partner doesn't want to go to that country, and it's like, well, what do I look like traveling by myself? Now I'm gonna be getting the side eye and why didn't you go? But you didn't want to go.
You didn't want to go.
So it's stuff like that. I feel like it is important to keep an open mind, because I feel like if you were on the other side, you would want them to be open minded with trying anything, whether that's maybe this food. Let's go out to this restaurant. Whether just it could even be something simple like he said, camping. Let's go outside and camp. Like not everybody's down for that.
Yeah, no, I don't care, but like Sleazy said, I will glamp. I'll be in that cabin. I sure will with the warmth and the toilet and in the kitchen.
You feel like all right, so you may be less open to things, but you're willing to compromise somewhere in the middle.
Kind of depends on what it is, because I'm not doing anything that like I know I mentioned skydiving, but I ain't skydiving.
What would you do indoor?
No, I'm not going above. I'm not even climbing on a chair. So if I can't climb on the chair, you ain't giving me the skydive.
Okay, so that's just shut down.
Yeah, I'm just.
So do you feel like you okay? So well, and then that's kind of you can understand that a bit more.
Yeah, you gotta know who you're dealing with in that situation. Yeah, like don't be trying to we gonna do this. Well, I'm scared of bugs and animals and stuff, so I'm not camping outside. And I'm looking at the cabin, like making sure the cabin look nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not skydiving. I'll go and watch you and take pictures. Woo, look at my baby. Yeah, go baby, you do your thing, baby. Ding ding. I'll do all that.
But you're not going. You're not first person, and you're not doing that yourself. So you said, I feel like if Queen goes camping, she would love it.
Yeah, I will in the cabin.
Outside in that nice.
No.
In a nice tent with the campfire.
I want the country air. I want everything. I'm just not gonna be outside. And I'm not using the bathroom outside.
What if you make your own cabin? A DIY cabin with the tent. All right, get you some logs around it. Have a good time, right?
I don't think nobody's listening to me.
Listen.
Like, this is what I'm talking about. In relationship, you gotta listen.
I'm just testing the water.
You gotta listen. There ain't no
how
testing.
far are we going here?
We ain't going. Exactly. Queen is not doing it.
So you said stuck in your ways.
I am. Because you would be miserable. Let me put it this way: we could go camping and we could be outside in the tent. But y'all would be very much miserable with me. No. That y'all would throw me in a cabin or a hotel. Like, just put her in there, we'll meet up. And we're just not doing it. Something wrong with her. We're going to leave her alone. I'm trying to save y'all the heartache of my mouth. That's all.
Tia said nothing dangerous.
Exactly, Tia. Thank you. Because they over here. What about this? Why do you want to hurt yourself?
I mean, I feel like it is good to be open-minded though, in every fashion. Like just to, what people say and all that.
No, I'm open-minded, but I also want you to understand. I agree. Like I said, I'll be in the cabin. Y'all be outside in the tent.
I'm not saying what you were saying.
Y'all be in the skydiving. I'll be the one taking pictures. Somebody need to take a picture of y'all. So it's a fun activity we all gonna do.
Yeah. Well, I'm not even going off what you said, because what you said is there's no if, ands, or buts. You're not budging on that. There's no room for, oh, yeah, we're going to go camping. No, we're not going camping. We'll go into the cabin.
But y'all can sleep outside. I'll be inside. And
exactly,
I will lock the door to make sure you can't come in, so you feel the outside door experience. And I'll take pictures of y'all talking about, oh, I really got to go pee. I'll take pictures of y'all in your situation.
We're just going to put that whole conversation down. Like I said, I feel like it is important to be open-minded, regardless of relationship, though. I mean, I feel like if you're willing to hear somebody's point of view or perspective on something, it can, make you think a little bit. And that critical thinking, you might have a formulate a whole new idea or start a something healthy habit or something off of what somebody else says. I feel like it is important to be open-minded. And sometimes that's not easy.
Yeah. And I'm more that, even though Chris is, is in the country living, I'm more the one that has showed Chris different things, and Chris has followed
him outside of
and he has followed along with my little crazy ideas and stuff like that more than he has put me over to his. He's more natural. Like he might have been the camping person when he was in Nebraska, but importantly, he has not been any of those things. So I never had that to worry about. But I have been the one that be like, okay, we're gonna go do this, or let's go in the car, we're going on a trip, and I'm gonna show you something different. And, I'm the more one. I can't go into more details. This is about as far.
Okay. Well, that's all the details you need to get into. All right, so
I know you wanted to go with that.
Yeah. So, that was relationship advice.
Oh, wow.
Thank you for all the questions that you came through with today. We're going to be right back after this.
No, we're not doing that. It says, let's be open about this.
Yes, we're very open. We've been very open. Open with this next message. Here we go.
Thank you, Charlie.
She didn't even act up this time, She did keep it very conservative.
Thank you.
Usually, what the problem will start is when she takes that part one and tries to go in detail with the part two, and sometimes that's just not a little, it's not necessary if you rock what I'm saying. GJ3, he said being open-minded. Yeah, I can see how they may help you with communication too. Yeah, really. I mean, it is. And just hearing somebody talk, I feel like that's a big thing. People always want to say something, or they always want to talk, but I think a lot of people really need to learn to listen. Listening is really such a big deal. Like you can make or break your situation by listening.
Yes, so
because you can say whatever. You can go on and say a whole book's worth of words, and that's not doing nothing for you. But the moment you listen to the right thing, you can fix your situation. And, listening does come with the understanding. But yeah. So he said, watch your head, baby nephew. Queen Lenore just side-eyed you. Yeah, I mean, the listening. The listening.
So you're gonna stop telling all my secrets. I'm just gonna let you know. He don't need to wash his forehead. It was going down.
The listening. I think listening is very important. I won't say that. I will say, and listen, like even what Sleazy said here in the chat, watch your favorite nephew. I had to have a real open ear to really hear what Sleazy was trying to say here, and I understood. I got something out of listening. That's just the truth right there. Listening, it can help you. It can do you a lot of good. And it's important that we listen you know.
One more time you say listen, and I'm gonna back in. Did y'all see that coming?
Oh,
You got
man.
one more listener,
See,
and I go boom.
I heard, you know.
Same thing. No, but no, listening is the key. People do all the talking, but nobody will do the listening. And so he is telling the truth about you really do need to listen. If you're not taking the time to listen to what your partner is saying, you are not building that communication. Because everybody's at communication. So everybody's thinking it's just a talking. You have to listen.
And that's very difficult to do though. Listening, especially when you heated or you are feeling any extreme emotion, you like, I want to say what I gotta say and let that be done. I have to say this, and my mission and goal in life at this very moment is to say this sentence or this couple of words. I have to say this. No ifs, ands, and buts about it. Meanwhile, this person's like,
this person's
all
just telling you all the stuff.
All I'm just trying to do is understand.
But you can't hear nothing because you worried about this one sentence.
This to you, and that's it.
And then they be like, what's that got to do with what I just said?
Yeah.
Remember when you said the book?
Yeah.
Well, that's what we're talking about.
And now we shutting the book.
Yeah, and I'm like, but I said a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
the book was not significant in this argument at all. But you focus only on this book because they were not listening.
Yeah.
They had a rebuttal and they wanted to say rebuttal.
Yeah, I mean, because you could really, like, when you hear something, right, especially within an argument, you will get caught up. You'll hear some. Oh, they just said something that just sparked it, and then they'll continue, but you still stuck on this.
Yep.
So now, like she said, you still on the book. We over there. We done flipped the page. We on what, chapter 10? You over here, not even you on the cover of the book.
You ain't even talking.
You can't even open up the book.
The book was just giving you an example.
Oh, man.
I was just giving you an example. With the book had nothing to do with this conversation.
Yeah.
But you don't know.
You over here talking about a book. I was talking about the newspaper at the end, man. What's going on?
But you had to say that one sentence to that one word, and that's what it is.
You over here talking about a refrigerator. I was talking about what I was just watching on TV. What? Like,
yeah,
but
listening is a skill part of a relationship.
You gotta listen. You gotta, really listen. Yeah. Look for the understanding. And if you don't understand, I mean, that is fine. Some things you're not going to understand.
Well, a lot of times you don't understand. Majority of the time you don't understand it because you wasn't listening. Communication, when people say communicate, they don't mean just talking. They're saying communicate. That means I'm going to tell you how I feel. I need you to listen and understand what I mean. And then you can, from that, all that together, respond. And if we do that, there's a lot of arguments that will not go any further. Some people just want to argue. You got to be prepared. That's all they want to do. But if you go in and the person is communicating to you, you're listening to them and you understand them, and then you rebuttal with the understanding for that person, communication works perfectly. And you could save so much drama out of your relationship by just listening.
Well, GJ3, he says, give your significant other the chance to speak so it can help you better understand where they're coming from.
Yes.
Patience comes again in this too. And amen, she just said it. We had to welcome in somebody. Because nowadays we gotta praise God.
We got blend all that in one sentence.
we gotta welcome in somebody.
You sound just like your mama.
Nowadays we gotta praise God. It's trying to smooth transition.
That was not smooth. That was choppy.
Listen,
very choppy.
She said it. Amen. We are going to welcome in.
He was not trying to understand me, y'all.
All right. We have Praying Couple Cooking Series.
Hey, Bling Bling.
Come on now. DJ Vincent, Miss Bling in the building. Say happy Wednesday. Queen Lenora and Elijah, blessings.
Yeah.
And much love on purpose, as they always be saying. And say hello to everyone in the chat. Blessings. GJ3, he said listening to each other is important too.
Yes, it is.
Tia says sometimes people want you to listen to them and they don't care about what you have to say.
Yeah. And that's where communication breaks, have a breakthrough. And then they wonder why they ain't together today.
Yeah. I mean,
or they having a destructive relationship.
Absolutely. All right, prank couple cookie series. They just saying love to everybody. All right, and they say communication is key.
Yes, it is.
All right.
The whole communication.
They said, "What it do, fam bams? God bless y'all too."
God bless you. Yes, definitely.
We good over on this side, having a good time.
Yes,
with this relationship advice. GJ3 Fool, he says communication is when one talks while the other listens until the other is done explaining or talking.
Yes, let me say it because I don't know what you were doing. Communication is when one talks while the other just listens until their other is done explaining and talking, and then you communicate back to them from the whole conversation, not just bits and pieces.
GJ3 said good communication, and that's what it is right there.
It is. And as I said, if you have good communication, you can keep a relationship for the rest of your life. Because that's where when you hear people say they cheated or the person that's cheating, they always say you wasn't giving me what I need. They weren't talking about like sex, or you weren't cooking at home, or you weren't washing the dishes, or you wasn't doing this. It was, you're not listening to me. And when we argue, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're just trying to win an argument. And that was one thing, like with me and Chris in our beginning relationship before we got married, is like, I'm not trying to argue with you. I just want you to understand how I feel and what I'm at. It's no right or wrong. Because I remember him saying, okay, you're right about everything. And I'm like, I don't want to be right. I just want you to understand what I'm saying. Remember that conversation? Yeah. That was my whole thing. It's just, I want you to understand what I'm saying and feeling. I don't need to be right. I just want you to hear me and understand me. Because that's the thing, is we all grow up totally different. We can all live in the same house and have totally different mindsets when we grow up. But you want whoever you with to listen to you, understand who you are, and accept you for that person. And if somebody's not listening to you and understanding you, you don't feel like you are safe to be who you are. And now this relationship is on rocky ground. And you don't want that.
GJ3, he said there's good communication and there's bad communications too.
Yeah. And everybody got that bad communication down. Hey, it's killing it with the bad communication. We need to work on that good communication.
Okay, we are going to say Praying Couple Cooking Series actually said DJ Vince said, "What's up?
What's
everyone?"
up, DJ
well,
Vince?
He started rocking because we got DJ Vince rocking in the building. All right, DJ Vince here saying, "Hey, Queen Lenore and Elia, I got my skate." Oh, he got his skates on, rolling. Oh, hey, woo, it's good.
That's what I'm saying.
DJ Vince, he said he's skating on through. All right,
so, we gotta go check y'all out. We've been going through something with no internet today. We had to rush to get internet today until our real internet comes in on on Friday.
On Friday, GJ3, said that it's true too. You can be in the same house and still just be different too.
Yeah. But this is, I'm saying, and you got to understand, especially if you get married, because I know a lot of people aren't married when they're living together and all that, but when you're married, you guys are as one. That means if one does something, the other did it. So you guys have to be on one accord. You guys should be, if I bleed, Chris should be hurt. You know what I mean? If he bleed, I should be hurt. You know what? We should be in that realm of each other. Yes. Process, but not where, Chris done messed up, and that's the first thing. Well, Chris done messed up.
No, I'm a double, triple.
Yeah, that wasn't me.
This is going to be understood.
Yeah.
It was this person, and listen, I have nothing to do with that. They're their own person, but they want to be like in any other situation. We are as one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for the rise and fall when it comes to that.
Yeah.
You have to really be feeling the ups and downs of every situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
GJ3, he said, but sometimes opposites do attract too.
Me and Chris ain't nothing but the opposite of each other. We are nothing alike. I tell people that all the time. I'm not his type, and he is not my type. But God
But it
put us
worked.
together, and it works really well. And it's the best relationship I have, I guess, because I'm on 20-something years, so you know it's the best relationship I ever had.
Parent Couple Cooking Series. They said it's okay. We love y'all. We love
We
y'all
love
too.
you
Parent Couple
too.
Cooking
Yes.
Series. DJ Vincent, Miss Bling. You know they be doing it over there.
Woo.
All right. GJ3 said it takes even more patience if you're complete opposites, though. You feel like it?
I don't. I think it takes more patience if you guys are a lot alike.
I think that's when
because you're bumping heads with somebody that acts just like you.
Yeah, definitely.
And usually you can't tolerate yourself.
I mean, I feel like
you can tolerate you as you, but somebody who acts like you.
That's a big,
think about your kids that act just like you. You be like, and then somebody got to say, "Why you mad? They acted just like you. You can't handle."
No, I don't like that. It could be anybody. You might have a sibling or something that start picking up the traits that you did. You just like, oh no. I think it's harder to be with somebody. I gotta stop that.
Exactly. I think it's harder to be with somebody who is just like you than the opposite.
Definitely. Well, I mean, I feel like it's always nice to have that common ground, something that y'all both are really invested or interested in, and then the difference comes through.
Well, me and your uncle had.
I mean, one thing you could say, even within the Heart to Heart collab video y'all did, y'all both are very family orientated. Yeah. So that family orientation, that can all your other characteristics can come in just knowing how you will blend and mesh well with the family and understand the importance of that and where you prioritize that in life. So that is still a common ground. You might not look at it as something you have in common, but it still is something in common.
It's a common ground.
A lot of people think about when you say, "Oh, we have this in common," they think, "Oh, they like this TV show, or they do this, or they have this hobby and stuff like that." But it can be something big or small that you still do have
something in common.
Yeah. It's just less prevalent, or it's harder to see. GJ3 say you're right. Takes patience either way, though.
Yeah.
When you really look at it, though,
it
takes patience any direction you coming from. A relationship is nothing but patience. I feel like a healthy relationship is nothing but patience on both sides, because you're not going to instantly react when something is going in a negative direction or anything like that. You're going to sit back and kind of think and really analyze everything that's going on.
That's true.
And a lot of people don't do it, but to think before you speak, that requires a whole lot of patience. And when you don't do that, you just shoot and spit fire. That's when a lot of problems come, because it's like, ooh, shoot, you ain't got no muzzle on that. That thing is just going,
woo. Ain't that the truth? I remember, it was this Sunday, so I'm talking about like it's a long time ago. This Sunday when I was at church, one thing my pastor was saying was, and I'm gonna just say really to married people, because when you date, you got to get to know each other. You do it and all that stuff to even know if you want to marry the person that you with. You know what I mean? But when you're married, the thing about it is, our goal in our marriage should be, we trying to outdo each other on taking care of each other. You know what I mean? So I need to be outdoing Chris and he's outdoing me. That's the only thing that we in competition. I want to make sure you okay.
Yeah.
And you gonna make sure I'm okay. So that way there's no issue, because my job is to focus on you. Your job is to focus on me. So we're not focusing on ourselves. So you don't hear about me this, me that, me. And when I was listening, I was like, that's really cool, because it does. If that person is taking care of my needs and I'm taking care of their needs, we don't have time to say me, because Chris is taking care of my needs and I'm taking care of his needs. So it's that pattern, but we haven't learned that because we don't see really good relationships. So when I look on TV or look on here and I see people talking about relationships, I'm in love with all types of relationships that I see, because it helps me in my journey. So when I watch that TV show called Black Love, and there you see all these people that have been in relationships from anywhere from married from anywhere from 6 months to 30, 40 years. I love what made them connect, and they've been through some hell and back. And I'm not looking at the hell and go, oh, well, that's not a good, healthy relationship. It is for them, because it taught them how to stand together, and they stayed together. They did not break up. they stayed together and that built their relationship. Because a lot of people not get married, and when they have some heartache, they break up.
Yeah.
And that wasn't a strong foundation that you built your relationship on.
Mm-hmm.
So I love seeing all types of relationships where, even not saying I wanted it to happen, but I love to see that if a man or woman cheated and how they got out of it, what made them stay together. You know what I mean? What made them stay connected? When they did something foul in their relationship, how did you guys stay and work that out? Where other people look at it, they weren't happy all the years, so their relationships are not good. No,
Yeah.
what makes a good, healthy relationship is that they still together.
It's the perseverance. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I'm not talking about the ones that get beat, staying. I'm talking about
healthfully,
other types of
it
issues
even
in a
been
relationship.
taken out of like a negative, and
Yeah.
then that positive is coming in. Now they got all that experience.
Yeah.
They know what not to do,
And they can help you.
And
Yes.
you can tell that they're not going to repeat it or anything like that.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's really, if you should really not care that much. You should really see what they are doing, and what helped them to get to that point.
Yeah.
Like take the good from it. I mean, I think that's really a big thing. Like you were saying, people think about, oh, it's always this negative, that. Oh, well, he cheated on her and this happened and she did this to him. She backstabbed this. She robbed him, took his, all that.
Yeah, all that.
You get so caught up in that, but instead of thinking all that negative, think of where they are now.
Yeah.
Think of just the positive in the situation. I mean, within any relationship, I feel like it is important to see if you're going to see the bad, see the good as well.
Exactly.
And really try to highlight the good, because if you're so caught up in what this person is doing wrong or doing bad, that it's gonna show in some type of way.
Yeah.
You might be saying comments that you don't really need to say.
Yeah.
Acting a certain type of way in situations that just it doesn't fly. But you're doing it, getting comfortable doing it, and then it becomes a normal. Then when the relationship get all any type of way, you're sitting here like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Well, it's because you're emphasizing the negative.
What he said. I can't say no better than what you just said.
GJ3 said there's a word for it too, perseverance.
Yeah.
Especially for sure, good things too.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I think
good thing.
Yeah.
Too, not good.
And
thing.
I think you cherish it more when you go through some heartaches and some issues. You cherish your relationship more. So not anybody just could come in there and go, oh, so did this, and you be like,
the bond is stronger. Yeah.
Let me go ask. So Chris, he ain't here no more. But Chris, such and such and such and such said, I didn't do such and such, and I could read his mouth because people like, you gonna believe him? Not like you're gonna tell the truth, because I know him better now. I could read his body language, so I could tell if he's lying to me without it. You know what I mean? Because we have this new connection. Because every time you go through something hard, you're building a new connection in your relationship. So now you can enjoy this awesome relationship that you built. So if anybody ever tell you your relationship wasn't good because you guys went through some hell, they don't know what a relationship is. You know what I mean? Because you go, even in the Bible, there's that one where he had to marry a prostitute, and he kept having to buy back his wife over and over again. And that was just a relationship that, he had to endure to understand what God goes through. So everything ain't easy. And I'm tired of people acting like everything in life is supposed to be easy. It's not. It's going to be some hard times. It's going to be some struggles. And you got to cherish that. But you got to respect who you with. You got to respect them. Cheer your spouse on. Even if you're dating, cheer your person on. Why would this one person want to marry you if you bringing their self-esteem down? You bringing their character down. You don't want nobody to say nothing negative about your partner, but then you say it, and your words hurt worse than if a stranger said it. You know what I mean? But you'll beat that person up if a stranger says something negative about your partner, but then you say something negative and you're the one damaging him more. So keep that in mind. Your words to whoever, even dating, to being in a relationship, to being engaged, to being married, you're the person that should be their biggest cheerleader. Chris is my biggest cheerleader. I'm his biggest cheerleader. I'm a cheer him on. Even though I might get on his nerves, and I'm gonna cheer him on. That he don't have to worry about it. He don't have to wait for somebody else to tell him he looks handsome. I'm gonna say it first. He ain't gotta worry about somebody saying you the best husband. I'm saying it before anybody else says it, before you can see it. I've already said it. You just co-signing what I said. And I think people don't do that. And that's why relationship falls apart, because you're tearing them down. Stop tearing each other down. Say nothing but kind, loving words to one another, even to your friends, to your family, to your associates, to strangers. You don't know what somebody feels. Just because you know them don't mean you know how they feel.
Mhm.
Chris could be going through something and didn't tell me about it, and then I say something negative to him. Like, you ain't worth nothing. You ain't no good husband. And I could just put him overboard.
Mhm.
And you didn't even know. Like, he knows I was playing, but not that day he didn't. Because that day he wasn't in the mood for playing. But that's how we talk. No, that's how you talk. So you got to be careful of that. You got to remember, the person that you love is how you should cherish them. And if it's okay for them degrade you and you okay with it, doesn't mean go ahead and degrade them, because they might not be okay with it. And usually people that degrade somebody is a person that can't take it. So don't degrade them. Uplift your partner at all times. You guys, that's how you're gonna keep a good relationship. Reason a lot of people don't want to stay in a relationship, they feel down. They feel like, I'm with you and I feel depressed. I'm with you and I feel like I'm not moving. I'm not getting nowhere better. I can't do better with you. Then why should I stay with you?
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like, I want somebody who's gonna support me and make sure I make it to the next level. If I don't got somebody who's gonna make sure I make it to the next level, why am I wasting my time with you? And a lot of people waste their time with somebody because they're scared to be alone. I'm not wasting my time with nobody. I'd rather be alone, because I'm gonna tell you, Queen Lenore is fun by herself. So I'm not gonna be with you and you pulling me down. And just because you don't know that you're doing it doesn't mean anything. If you don't know how to encourage me and uplift me, then I don't know how to be with you. So people who are being in relationships that are somebody's tearing you down, check them. If you married, you better get some counseling. That's all I can say, because um, you don't want all that in your relationship. People don't understand all that negative does a lot more damage than positive. Positive only lasts 5 seconds, because you see society. Society is all about negativity. People always want to hear the gossip, always want to know the juice about somebody else's business. They always do. So you want to build a strong foundation in a relationship. Always uplift your partner. Even if you're dating, friends, relationship, married, positivity. You got something to say?
Positivity. I feel like what you said is very true. I mean, it is really just in general the way you should move. It is extremely important within your relationship, but also just around your friends, family, and all of that. Really, you could be really putting somebody at the verge of something you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they could really be at a point in life where they're just feeling hopeless or down, and you might have the ability to fix, mend, or destroy whatever's going on.
Yeah.
You know, you can help them and put that bandage on something, or maybe say something that will then have a chain reaction, getting them to the
Yeah.
right place.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, we are so quick to bring somebody down or say something we just don't need to. You know, a lot of things, they sting, and when things are done to us, we can easily see it. But we'll do that outwardly and say the outrageous or rude things to people, and just think nothing of it. I mean, it's easy because we don't see it. It's not being done to us, so we don't really see it like that.
Mhm.
But like you said, you never know what somebody is going through.
But whoa,
could
if
be
it
having-
is done to you.
Yeah, I mean,
Ooh.
let you be there on your bad day, and somebody's just bombarding you with something like that, or saying something rude. Then it's gonna be a problem. So I
Yeah.
feel like we should always hold ourselves to that standard. Just kind of having that patience with
Yeah.
everybody, thinking before we speak, really assessing the situation. You know, if I'm going to make a joke, let me make sure we lighthearted. Let me make sure we in that mood right now.
Yeah.
Let me not just start talking crazy and you're actually going through something.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I done made this situation worse. Like, let me really, if we really friends, if we really partners, if we really family, let me actually take that time to consider what's going on with you. And even, even somebody like a stranger, you at the store, you never know what anybody going through. They could be having a real bad day at work and you just piling on just like everybody else.
Exactly.
Why not step out and be like, oh man, I see you, give them a compliment.
Exactly.
It's something as simple as a compliment.
Exactly. I know, like, I be on the phone with people and I'll say, oh, thank you. I truly appreciate you. I have now been listening to, I'll say that, and it takes people a second to even respond because they don't even know how to respond to a compliment like that. I'm like, oh, well, thank you. I really appreciate you for helping me. I really, truly appreciate. Okay, have a nice day. And it's that, and I'm like, and it really had me thinking. Did I say appreciation means I appreciate you, right? Like I had to think about it because after a while, I started realizing, but I was realizing people don't say that to each other. Like I don't, people don't say they appreciate people. You know what I mean? And it's that I'm like, oh my God, like we are not giving each other enough compliments. We'll give each other more negativity than we do compliments. And in our whole walk on this land, I think we need to really be able to give people compliments. And I mean, really focus on lifting each other up. And if you're in a relationship with anybody, your kids, your husband, your nephew, uplift them constantly so they have that strength when they go out in the world of negativity to understand that somebody knows that they love them. And I don't care. I know anytime I talk to Elia, or if I talk to my husband, or if I talk to my daughter, I'm going to get these kind words. I don't have to worry about negativity coming at me. That we like, oh, we're excited. You know what I mean? So we need to be in that focus on being able to do that. But if we're not giving each other, you don't have nobody uplifting you, there's a problem.
I'll be right back.
And that's why I'm trying my best, I can say for me over here, to always, when you guys come in, to give you uplifted. Because if you don't hear from nobody else, I want you to at least hear from me. I want you to know from us over here that we love you. That it's not a fake walk. It's not just I'm doing it just to be doing it. I want you to feel like if I ain't got nobody else, at least I got Love and Live show. Let me call her on her Instagram and say, hey. And I'm going to say, hey, because the world is crazy. It is. And who's telling you? Because everybody thinks everything is funny. Everybody thinks everything's a joke. But you don't know what somebody's going through. I know sometimes I be just out of a whim. I go through some pain. Like I know in a couple of days, my heart's gonna drop, and I'm not gonna know why, because I always forget until the end of the day. Then I realize my daughter niece passed away, and then I'm gonna go. It's her birthday, and then me and her mom will talk late at night because I don't went throughout the day, but I've been depressed, and then people are just piling negativity at me because they just it's just funny, and it's like today is not funny. You know what I mean? Today ain't the day to be funny. So keep that in mind of who you around because you don't know what day. And it might not be something they know. It could be a subconscious day that they're going through. And you can push somebody overboard. So in relationships, you should be the biggest cheerleader in all your relationships with your wife, your husband, with your kids, your nieces and nephews, your mother. You should be their biggest cheerleader. You should never be somebody that they like, I don't want to go over there today because I don't want to hear what they got to say about me. Okay, let's see. Oh, so you said water each other. Exactly. Because we're made of 90% water. I remember sending, I was looking for you to send that to you. Welcome in, my family. Keeping up with the Griffins. Hey, the family of 5 is in the building. They said, Love and Live show. Hey, Queen Lenora, Andy Lyon. How y'all doing? We doing good. Thank you for coming in. We on relationship advice, communication, speaking life into each other. That's how I'm going to call it. Sleazy said, keep those away who's sucking you dry. Water me. Exactly. But sometimes it's hard to keep people away because it could be a family member. It could be your husband or your wife. It could be, anybody. So sometimes it's easy to say keep them away, but they're there. You know what I mean? So it's hard. It's hard. I'm saying it's hard, for me. I can't say for everybody else. Oreo said, yes. Sleazy said, takes practice building those kind habits. Yeah. I try to make sure I'm pleasant over the phone, in person, a little more tough, but gotta start somewhere. Girl, I know what you mean, because I've been going through some things, and that's why I listen to this one pastor all the time. So I'm my pastor that I go to, one community church. That's the one I join the membership and go to church. But I also go to Transformation Church, and I watch him every morning because he's teaching me something I wasn't expecting to learn. And then when I be reading the word and I be seeing the words he be saying, I'll be like, oh, he telling the truth. You know what I mean? But my whole thing is, when you see me, I want you to be happy. Like, regardless, wherever I want my light to shine, because like I said, one thing I hate to do is talk about some negative stuff. I do. I hate talking about negativity. Oh, the world's going to do it. Going to be in the end. The world's doing this. I don't want to go through that conversation. Like my thing is, I'm going to be happy regardless of what's going on. And that's my goal. Even when we be going through stuff here, I still come on here being happy. And we've been through some stuff, you know what I mean? Even with our move, it was not an easy move. And even though I told you about it, you don't look at it as a negative, because I have never came to you as a negative.
Yeah, with that perspective. It's all about the point of view.
Yeah, I just come with a positive, like, okay, this, that. But don't think I've been like, shoot. I've been like, ooh, like, and I got to remember, I got to be kind.
You want to welcome him in together? Did you welcome him in?
You know I did, but
I wanted to, you know.
You got to get the family
kids,
together.
We got
Keep It Up with the Griffins.
We got the Griffins in the building.
Yeah.
All right. We're all winners. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know you're right.
All right. Yeah, you was in Sleazy's, right? Yeah, you gotta start somewhere.
Yeah.
GJ3, said be loving and kind with forbearance today.
Yeah.
Even in relationships today too.
Exactly.
Especially in your relationships today.
Yes.
All right. Oreo said I do appreciate I do say I appreciate someone.
Yes.
She says it. GJ3 said, thus far it is. Thank you, God, and I hope that all is well with the Keeping Griffins. They asked him. They said they hope he had a good day.
Exactly.
I hope all is well. He said it is. Tia, she let us know. She said, I have to get out this door. Much love to everyone. Enjoy the rest, y'all. I'll watch the replay later. All right, Tia, you take care.
Love you.
But we actually finna hop off.
Because we have a meeting.
We got something to handle. So we're gonna hop off by saying, remember.
What did we read everybody's? No, they like to see words.
Yeah. Well, the Griffins and GJ3 was
talking. Oh, they y'all having a conversation.
Yeah,
okay, well, we're going to interrupt y'all conversation. We love
business.
Y'all, though. Don't hurt our feelings. We sorry.
So remember to
love and live each day as if it were your last.
Y'all take care.
Smoochie.
Yo. L&L. L&L. Never live so. It's hot. Taste it hot. I'm ready. Never live. Let's go. Never live show. Motivation speakers. Positive affirmations. Tune in every week. We need a Monday family meeting. Always relationship advice on Wednesday so you don't go creeping. Thursday game time. Come in.